In the midst of a dark night, a crack suddenly appeared, allowing light to seep inside. The female lead was still confused. Where is this? Looking through the crack, she could faintly see the silhouettes of people. A voice echoed from somewhere. Renos, this is... Renos replied with a bright smile, so my research was successful. Everyone gathered around to congratulate him. Congratulations. Meanwhile, our female lead was still nestled inside the egg, with a jumble of thoughts in her head. The master of the magic tower, Renos. Isn't that the name of the female lead's magic teacher in the novel I read not long ago? That is right, the description of his appearance is exactly the same. The girl began to realize something strange was happening. Wait a minute, Renos is in front of me. Could it be that I have transmigrated into the novel? Wait, if so, which character have I transmigrated into? Let us see. The room is so luxurious. Seeing Renos welcoming me like this. Could it be the female lead? Renos said in a sweet, reassuring voice. Come on, do not be afraid. The more she thought, the more confused the girl became. If I had known this would happen, I would have finished reading it. I remember that the female lead encountered quite a few difficulties at the beginning. At the same time, Renos was trying to pull her out. Come out and see. She also reassured herself. Even so, there is a happy ending. But wait, what is wrong with my hand? Renos held the girl in his arms and hurriedly introduced her. Hello, I am your father, Renos. So cute, my little penguin. The female lead's world completely collapsed. She thought she had transmigrated into the female lead, but she had become an ugly penguin. I have transmigrated into a character in the novel, Wolf, I Can't Eat You. The main plot is about the female lead who healed the werewolf, and the male lead of the story is that werewolf. He possesses an important mark, carrying the characteristic from the bloodline of the first werewolf. It is a one-sided love contract that forever depends on the person who made the mark. Of course, it is romanticized in the novel, but it is a crazy love. After the mark was made, the male lead became obsessed with the female lead. That is the novel I read before I died in my previous life. Luckily, I remembered the content up to the part 1 read. But I have only read half of it. I only know that this novel belongs to the Reborn genre. The girl sat eating while intently reading the story. The female lead is very scared. Isn't it too much? Back in reality, Renos kept talking to the penguin. Welcome to being my pet. Since you are an Adelie penguin, I will name you Adelia, okay? The more he talked, the more our female lead panicked. What, Adelie penguin? That hooligan from the Antarctic. What kind of situation is this? Adelia looked at her current self in the mirror. Absurd. Even if I have turned into a penguin, the fact remains that I have transmigrated into a romance novel. People passing by exclaimed in delight as if they had seen a strange creature. A penguin. Those words made Adelia freeze. It is obvious it is a penguin just by looking at it. Renos was still captivated by Adelia's cuteness. He kept kissing her small body. How can you be so cute? My princess is so cute. Meanwhile, Adelia's mind was still racing with this strange supernatural phenomenon. Looking at the people around me, I am sure I have transmigrated into the novel, Wolf, I Can't Eat You. The problem is the female lead, and even the people around the female lead are the same. I have been reborn as a penguin, not even born from a penguin mother, but in a magic laboratory. Why put a penguin into a romance novel, even if you like penguins that much? Do not do this, author. I have been transmigrated and turned into an animal, and a penguin at that. Adelia could only cry as she faced all this bad luck. Making sadness meaningless, as you can all see, I have completely adapted to this penguin life. My father, Renos, plays a big role. He always cares and asks about me. My daughter, Adelia, so you were here. You must have been bored all day, right? Let us go to the pool with Dad. For the past 4 years, since the day I was born from a research egg, Dad has wholeheartedly raised me. I have eaten a premium buffet exclusively for penguins. I have worn clothes tailored specifically for Adelia. A swimming pool exclusively for penguins. An environment for penguins. My father has given me all the family love I never received in my previous life. But if I could go back to being human, I want to go back. Especially when night falls. I feel even lonelier. So if I yearn for it, I believe even an animal can become human. Every night, I yearn for it. But perhaps my prayers do not meet the standards of this world. No matter how hard I try, I can't become human. Besides, there is one thing I have overlooked. One day, Renos became very serious when talking to Adelia. I feel so lucky that my beautiful daughter is just a penguin. Because I really hate beastmen. Those words were like a bolt of lightning to Adelia's ears. My father was abused by beastmen when he was young, so he has a prejudice against them. In the original story, those with pure blood are often treated as an inferior race. This is the first person who has given me love. I do not want to be hated by my father like that. Alright, it can't be helped, so I will give up. It is a pity, but there is no other way. Seeing Adelia's gloomy face, Renos worriedly hugged her and asked, Adelia, why do you look so sad? Are you hurt somewhere? When I accepted everything and tried to face reality, this person appeared. A handsome young man, no different from a king. He was very interested when he learned of Adelia's existence. This child is the penguin that Mr. Reynolds thought could not survive, right? This person is the orca beastman from the Suradel whale family. Suradel's appearance sent an urgent signal to my mind, because his face was too handsome. What is this sparkle? This face absolutely cannot be a supporting character. Isn't there something suspicious? If he is an orca, his hair should be both black and white, but why is it silver? There must be some secret about his origin, for example. What is even more suspicious is the whale family. In the original story, there is no explanation about this family. Here, it is a family that rules the continent. Moreover, with a character possessing hair like this, won't everything I know about the original story be skewed because of this guy? I have to be human to be able to change the flow of the original story, but if the original story changes while I am a penguin, won't I be unable to do anything? While Adelia was spacing out in thought, Suradel stared at her. Then Reino suddenly exclaimed, "Miraculous! So the lover is a penguin," Suradel honestly said, "but that is the first person who looked at me without fear." Reynolds then said something shocking. "Could it be because your favorite food is penguins?" Adelia suddenly realized. Come to think of it, penguins are part of the orca's food chain. No wonder I felt something was suspicious. She puffed herself up and made a fierce expression, as if challenging him. "Whatever, try eating me and see." Suradel chuckled and said, "It is a pity. I have never eaten a penguin before." Not yet. Adelia knew he was teasing her, so she cursed him under her breath. After a while, she quickly regained her composure. "I heard that this family has a very positive interaction with my father." Reino sighed and confided in him. "It is not just penguins. All other creatures are afraid of Suradel." He just shook his head in exasperation. "Why is everyone so afraid of me? I think I smile a lot." Reynolds hesitantly asked, "Have you ever thought that more people are even scarier?" Suradel glanced at Adelia and said, "So, if you are not afraid of me at all, I think we can definitely become good friends." "What do you think, Adelia?" As Suradel spoke, he gently touched Adelia's body, as if to show his friendliness. His indiscreet behavior made Adelia furious. She raised her stubby little leg and kicked him. "You rude human! How dare you poke me like that?" Suradel was extremely surprised by Adelia's aggressiveness. "Such formidable killing intent. I am sorry. I did not think you would hate that so much." "If you do not like the cheek, how about the beak?" Adelia glared at Suradel and thought to herself, "Don't come near me. If you do, I will bite you. I have warned you." Sure enough, as soon as he touched Adelia's beak, she quickly used her sharp beak to grab Suradel's finger, causing the blood from his finger to flow continuously. Reynos witnessed the scene, and could only gape in horror. "Mr. Suradel, are you all right?" he cheerfully replied. "It is okay. This much is no problem." At this point, Adelia felt quite remorseful for her reckless action. "Wait, what have I done? I did not mean to bite so hard." Suradel used magic to heal the wound Adelia had caused. "This much can be healed immediately. And your Refisane, Adelia, you really... The more I look at you, the more I like you. Especially those frantic little eyes." Suradel's sinister smile was evident in Adelia's eyes. She was so scared that she broke out in a cold sweat. "My eyes!" At that moment, Adelia realized that she seemed to have messed with the wrong person. After their first encounter, that Suradel guy kept coming to find her. "Adelia, I am here." But every time she saw his unpleasant face, Adelia glared at him with resentment. However, her actions only amused Suradel more. "Why are your eyes so burning today? It is a bit embarrassing to be looked at like that," Adelia angrily muttered. "Those are wary eyes. Are you pretending not to know?" The next day, Suradel still had not given up. He came to see her again. "Adelia, I am here again. We are closer now, right? Can I call you Leah?" While he was trying to strike up a conversation with her, she did not care and turned her face away. The next day, Suradel still had not given up. He came to find her again. "Adelia, the weather is beautiful today." The next day, and so Suradel came in and out of my house every day. On a peaceful evening, Adelia lay sighing in her room. "That orca guy, is not he bored? Even though I have shown I do not like him, he does not seem to care." It is the first time I have seen a character like that. Come to think of it, at that time, I knew how to use magic. Anyway, it is very unusual. Even though it is an animal, it uses magic. Isn't it only purebreds who can use magic in the original work? But my father said that it is also possible in the land of Wales. It is the only beastman family that uses magic, the inherent ability of purebreds. There are more than one or two suspicious things about his approach. Is the original work really skewed, or will he appear in the second half that I have not read? That guy, who is he really? So I tried to find out Suradel's identity. I could not predict what would happen to me in the future. A new day came, and I woke up as usual. Adelia was stunned when she saw herself in the mirror. Impossible. Have I become human? From a bluish-green penguin, after just one night's sleep, she transformed into an extremely beautiful girl. Adelia was very worried about these strange things. What? Has my wish come true? But I am surprised by the sudden change in my appearance. When I sincerely prayed, it did not work. Why did I suddenly turn into a human? Moreover, Dad hates beastmen. Will he accept me? That is right, Dad has not seen me yet. First, I have to turn into an animal. Although intelligent, Adelia still did not know how to transform. Just then, Reynos's voice called from outside. Leah, my daughter, are you awake? Let us go for a walk. Adelia was afraid her father would discover she had become human, so she took a gamble and climbed out the window to escape. Dad, I am sorry. I will come back as soon as I figure out how to transform. Tears of heartache rolled down Adelia's cheeks. Just like that, I thought I would be away for a while. But, inside a moving carriage, Adelia had been tied up and put in the back of the carriage by strangers. How did this happen? When I woke up, I had been kidnapped by someone. Why is today so miserable? I was kidnapped less than an hour after leaving home. Even the emergency money I brought with me was taken away. What are these people doing? The two kidnappers standing outside chatted excitedly as they had secured a valuable prize. Who would have thought we would find the beastmen being sought in the land of Wales? Adelia eavesdropped on their conversation and was suddenly surprised. Wait, the land of Wales? They laughed gleefully. Now we won't have to worry about money for a few years. Of course, because of both black and white hair, it is certain. Adelia kept wondering, why are they looking for me in the land of Wales? Is it Cyrodiil? But Cyrodiil only thinks I am a penguin. How did he know I turned into a human and told them to look for me? Suddenly, Cyrodiil appeared there as well. Is it true? Have you brought the beastman I am looking for? The two quickly replied. Yes, this is the beastman you are looking for. Please come this way. We worked hard to find it, so you will definitely be surprised. Cyrodiil gently opened the curtain at the back of the carriage. Because it might be dangerous, I will check first, Mother. After seeing the person inside, he froze for a few seconds. Adelia was no exception. She opened her wide eyes in surprise and looked towards Cyrodiil. So he really ordered them to kidnap me. He followed me like a stalker, and in the end, he kidnapped me. I should have pecked his eyes out a long time ago. Seeing Cyrodiil's attitude, Adelia became even more annoyed. What is with that look? Cyrodiil called out, Mother, I think you should come and see this. After Cyrodiil's mother saw Adelia, she exclaimed in shock, Oh my goodness, what is this? How could you treat her like this? Cyrodiil, untie her quickly. She was Bella, the mistress of the land of Wales. After receiving the request from his mother, he quickly moved to remove the gag and ropes from Adelia. Yes, Mother. As he untied her, Cyrodiil gently reassured her. Little girl, you must have been startled and hurt, right? I am truly sorry. Adelia was puzzled by what was happening. What is with this reaction? Wasn't it Cyrodiil who instigated this? After accidentally touching Adelia's body, Cyrodiil was startled. Strange. I feel a sense of familiarity with you, as if we have known each other before. His words made Adelia acknowledge he is quite perceptive. He probably does not recognize me, right? After completing their mission, the two kidnappers hurriedly retreated. Then we will be going. We are leaving. Suddenly, Bella raised her stern voice and questioned them. Stay there. Who told you to bring this child here? I told you to look for our kin, not to kidnap like this. One of them hastily explained. Because you said you were looking for a beastman. Bella exploded in anger after hearing this. Cherishing is not enough. And you treat this weak child so cruelly. Knowing that kidnapping is a crime and still doing it. Arrest these criminals immediately. The subordinates, after hearing the order, immediately ran to arrest the two criminals. After dealing with the kidnappers, Bella turned and looked at Adelia with a tender gaze. Little girl, I apologize for putting you in danger. Adelia was surprised by her status. Her charisma is no joke. She approached Adelia and gave her a friendly smile. I am Bella. Where do you live? I will take you home safely. From the events that just transpired, Adelia used her intelligence to deduce they must be looking for a child who looks like me. They did not want to bring me here this way. But I still have not learned how to transform. If I go back to the magic tower now, will Dad accept me? Then the other way is... Adelia hesitated. Could you teach me how to transform? This was her last hope. Anyway, the people of the Whale Land are also beastmen. I feel like they need me, so I will try. She carefully explained her reason to them. I was originally an animal, but I suddenly turned into a human. I do not know how to transform, so I can't go home. I do not want to hurt someone important to me, so I really want to learn how to transform. After hearing Adelia's heartfelt words, Bella held her hand tightly and said, I understand. But little girl, you can't just learn how to transform. If you are a beast man, everyone knows how to transform back naturally, so it might take quite a while until you can transform. How would you feel about staying with us? At Bella's offer, Adelia shyly replied, yes, but... Seeing her hesitation, Bella gently added, actually, there is another reason why we are looking for a child like you. After a certain incident, I can't have children. So, to prevent our population from declining, I have been looking for our kin for decades. But in the end, I could not find anyone like me, let alone our kin. Because there was no news, I thought this was the end for me. And Cyrodiil, you appeared like a miracle, so let us help you. Adelia was like a deer caught in headlights. I do not know exactly what you are talking about. Anyway, I can help them. There is no other way now. All right, I will stay here for now and find a way, even if it takes some time. After thinking for a while, Adelia made up her mind. Then I will accept your offer. Bella said joyfully, all right, I will have the servants prepare a room for you. Adelia was still puzzled. But why do you care about me so much? I feel like I am forgetting something important. Adelia glanced around and suddenly realized something. She saw her own reflection in the window pane. Black hair like Bella, white spots in the exact same shape, and inside there is also white hair. Now Adelia understood the problem. She gasped in shock. Could it be that these people think I am an orca beastman? At the luxurious castle in the land of Wales, Adelia was still bewildered by the continuous calamities that befell her. Clearly they think I am also an orca beastman like them. I was out of my mind earlier. Looking back now, I see my appearance really resembles Bella. It is strange. Orcas and Adelie penguins have similar spots, but the position of the spots is clearly different. First, let us calm down. My father is probably worried about me. I have to quickly learn how to transform and go home. I do not intend to deceive them. Should I confess that I am a penguin now? After much deliberation, Adelia still could not muster the courage to tell the truth. If he knows I am a penguin, I do not know what he will do. What should I do? While Adelia was in distress, Bella suddenly asked, come to think of it, I still do not know your name. What is your name? That question made Adelia even more awkward. That? What should I say? At that moment, Cyrodiil suddenly said a name that made Adelia freeze. Leah. She was afraid that her true identity had been exposed, so she turned to look at him with a worried expression. Cyrodiil, on the other hand, smiled brightly and asked her, if you do not have a name, how about the name Leah? After hearing the name her son came up with, the mother also paused to think for a moment. Then she gently asked Adelia, it is a beautiful name. What do you think? Cyrodiil had given her a fright. She was startled, thinking she had been discovered. Why do you have to give me such an intimate name when I was a penguin on the surface? Adelia forced a smile and replied, I really like it. Cyrodiil casually told Adelia, actually, Leah is the name of the girl I'm courting. It is a good thing you like it. Thanks to this identity, she also discovered many of this guy's secrets. Adelia gritted her teeth in annoyance. What girl? Say it properly. That is not a girl. It is a female penguin. And courting. Unbelievable. Cyrodiil stared at Adelia with infatuated eyes. He brought his face close to hers and curiously asked, moreover, Leah, aren't you afraid of me? Adelia froze in this awkward situation. I am startled. Why did he suddenly come so close? Anyway, he is really handsome up close. I guess my love for handsome men won't disappear even after reincarnation. With that, Adelia looked away and bluntly answered Cyrodiil's question. Why should I be afraid of you? Luckily, my mind is still clear. I almost got bewitched by your appearance. She confidently said in front of Cyrodiil, I won't be eaten. Right? After hearing Adelia's words, he unconsciously smiled enigmatically. It is a little strange. How are you so sure that I won't eat you? She stammered. Wait a minute. She remembered Cyrodiil's words. He said he has never eaten a penguin. He said it himself. Suddenly, Cyrodiil moved closer to Adelia and gently reached behind her, as if he was about to kiss her. Out of fear, Adelia could only close her eyes tightly. Why is he so close? Unexpectedly, Cyrodiil only stroked her long, shiny hair. Don't worry, we do not touch people of the same race. Were you worried that I would eat you? You are so gullible. Adelia blushed with anger as Cyrodiil trolled her again and again. This deceitful guy. That is right, Cyrodiil was like that even when I was a penguin. Why does he keep joking like this? Cyrodiil also gently added, and your voice is exactly my type. What should I do, Leah? You are better than Leah? Cyrodiil's compliment made Adelia even more frightened. This is a big problem. Dad said there is no medicine that can make people go crazy. Inside the living room, Bella sat and asked her son, how's the girl? He replied, I have asked the servants to take her to her room. She wondered further. Cyrodiil, what do you think of the girl? He quickly understood his mother's intention. It has not been long since she successfully transformed, has it? Because her communication is strangely fluent, Bella worriedly confided. That is right. Compared to someone who lived as an animal, she seems to know too much. Cyrodiil speculated. Her mind may have matured while she was an animal. Hearing this, the worry in the mother grew even stronger. If that is the case, it is terrifying. The higher the intelligence, the greater the emotional pain. He carefully considered various possibilities. Could she be lying? We have not seen Leah's transformed form yet. Bella said decisively, anyone can see that hair is a characteristic of orcas. It does not look like it was changed through dyeing or magic. And what about Leah? That is the name of the penguin you went to see every day. Why did you give her that name? Faced with that question, Cyrodiil grinned playfully and replied, let me see. Because it is my favorite name. Bella was dumbfounded by her son's confusing answer. Really, I do not even know what you were thinking anymore. There is no way you fell in love at first sight. She carefully instructed Cyrodiil. Anyway, during this time, let the girl live in the land of Wales and let us get to know each other. Strangely, I am sure Leah will have a good connection with us. I thought the orcas were about to end. But now there is hope. Cyrodiil sat silently, listening to his mother's wishes. Why are you so obsessed with our kin? Bella slowly recounted. Obsessed. Let me see, Cyrodiil. You will be the last of our race. I feel burdened by a greater responsibility than I imagined. I will do everything I can while I am still alive. I do not want to experience that terrible feeling again. Cyrodiil was a very considerate person. Anyway, she just transformed not too long ago. Don't push the responsibility of being a mother onto Leah. Bella smiled reassuringly at him. Don't worry. I just want Leah to adapt to society safely. I will help her meet good people. Leah's marriage partner might not be an orca, and I do not intend to force her to give birth to orcas. Cyrodiil then asked, what about me? I am also an orca. Don't you have any expectations for me? The mother was extremely surprised by Cyrodiil's excited attitude. What, but you said before that you absolutely have no intention of getting married. Cyrodiil, could it be you really fell in love at first sight? Cyrodiil blushed and looked down, denying it. That is not true. Mother, do you want me to marry someone? What will happen in the end? Bella called Cyrodiil closer. He walked over and bent down near his mother. What is it, mother? Bella reached out and slapped Cyrodiil, leaving him stunned. Cyrodiil was startled, not understanding why his mother acted that way. Bella angrily lectured him. Who thinks about breaking up before even meeting? Do you regret meeting me and Primo? Cyrodiil stammered. That is a slightly different situation. Suddenly he stopped talking, quickly changing his expression to a cheerful one. No, I do not regret it. Bella smiled with satisfaction. I am glad you understand. Tomorrow go to the shopping district with Leah. She will be staying here for a while, so she will need a lot of things. Buy everything Leah wants. Cyrodiil wondered. Aren't you coming along, mother? Bella declined because she had other things to do. Primo will be returning from the territory soon, so the servants and I will prepare to welcome the head of the household. He will surely be happy to see Leah. Cyrodiil suggested buying a gift for his father, but Bella said it was not necessary. Just Primo seeing Leah's face would be enough. Cyrodiil did a 180-degree turn. Well then, I will go on a date with Leah. This shocking statement from her son stunned Bella for a few seconds. She immediately dismissed the idea. What date? You will go as an escort, or someone who pays. Cyrodiil nodded. Yes, I know. Bella burst out laughing. You are still as witty as ever. I love you, son. Cyrodiil turned back to his mother, smiling brightly. I love you too. Back to Adelia. After entering the room Bella had chosen, she was overwhelmed by its grandeur. Until now, I still thought my house was the best. The room Bella gave me is really beautiful. However, a slight pang of guilt stirred within Adelia. Although my conscience is a little uneasy, because I benefited from a lie. Adelia turned towards the mirror, admiring herself in her human form. By the way, I really have become human. With unique patterns, wavy hair, and clear eyes, like the color of the ocean. Adelia could not help but praise herself. So beautiful. But why do I look so small and frail? This irritated Adelia. Really, is this a limitation of penguin genes? Before transmigrating, I was above average height. Because I have a pretty face, I will put up with it. Adelia shifted her thoughts to another matter. The miracle achieved after 4 years. I have remembered my fingers instead of wings. How long has it been? That is right. Anyway, I have become human. Let us review what I need to do. First, find a way to therianthropize. While doing that, avoid being detected by Cyrodiil and the Orcatherian. And father. Thinking of her father, Adelia became more determined than ever. When I was a penguin, I always worried about one thing, finding a way to save my father. Because in the past, there was an epidemic. According to records, the disease spread so quickly that it shook the world. In the end, among the purebreds, only the female lead, Anemone, survived. In other words, my father will also die from the disease. After that, Anemone despaired over losing her only teacher. The middle part tells about her blossoming love with the male lead, who always comforts her. Whether something happens to the male and female, the leads is not important. When I was a penguin, I could not do anything, but now it is different. Since I have become human, even if I change the original story, I will find a way to save my father. A voice calling from outside the door interrupted Adelia's thoughts. Leah, can I come in? Adelia immediately recognized Cyrodiil's voice. She quickly invited him in. Cyrodiil opened the door and entered. Hello, Leah. What is up? Cyrodiil half-jokingly teased Adelia. I came because I missed Leah. Adelia was genuinely puzzled. I am not a penguin anymore, so why does he still care about me like this? Could he be the type who flirts with every girl? Adelia looked at Cyrodiil suspiciously, her body unconsciously backing away. Cyrodiil, still not understanding, innocently asked, What is wrong? Adelia immediately denied it. Nothing. Cyrodiil, half believing, asked again. Really? Adelia indifferently nodded. Suddenly a thought flashed through her mind. Attacking with my appearance is useless now. Wait a minute. The person who does not fit the original story the most is right beside me. Because he could be the key to changing the original story. I have to find out more about Cyrodiil. Thinking so, Adelia began probing. But why do you have platinum blonde hair when you are an Orcitherian, compared to Orcitherians? Your height is also short. Cyrodiil confidently replied. It is inherently difficult to distinguish Therians by appearance. Only those belonging to a certain race share common characteristics. You too. Cyrodiil directed a cold gaze towards Adelia, making her unconsciously flinch. Me, that look. Was she discovered? Cyrodiil smiled brightly, comparing his height to Adelia's. You are also an Orcitherian, but short. Adelia, slightly annoyed, asked pointedly, But the hair color of all Orcitherians is the same, right? Aren't Orcitherians a specific race? Cyrodiil moved closer to Adelia and asked suspiciously, Are you that curious about it? Adelia nodded vigorously. Yes, that is right. Inside, she was still a little worried. Reassuring herself, he is just suspicious. Indulging the small girl, Cyrodiil gave in. All right, I will tell you. It is a secret. He winked playfully with a very handsome smile. Adelia was dumbfounded, not understanding what he was doing. Immediately, her penguin rage began to reach its peak. This guy... How long is he going to tease me? Seeing Adelia's face flush red, Cyrodiil quickly made amends. Just kidding. Leah's reaction is really interesting. Because my hair mutated even though I am not an albino. Adelia still did not believe him and insisted that Cyrodiil show her before she would accept it. Cyrodiil asked in surprise. You want to see me in my natural form? Adelia nodded. He asked again. Here, now, is that okay? Being asked repeatedly, she quickly became irritated, shooting a bullet-like glare at Cyrodiil. Cyrodiil continued mysteriously. Oh my, Leah wants to see my natural form. Suddenly, Cyrodiil's six-pack abs appeared vividly in her mind. Adelia now realized that natural form meant Cyrodiil stripping naked. She shouted in embarrassment. No, by natural form, I mean your therianthropized form. Cyrodiil sighed, dejectedly. I thought Leah wanted me. Adelia gritted her teeth and retorted. Stop acting, I know you were joking. She turned away in frustration. All right, if you do not want to show me, then forget it. Cyrodiil immediately approached her. That is not it. He then made a proposal to her. If Leah shows me your true form, I will show you mine too. Adelia was flustered. I told you I do not know how to therianthropize. Cyrodiil would not let her go, firmly stating, I will wait until you learn. Adelia frowned in thought. This guy suspects I am not an Orcitherian. I can't let it slip. Even if I learn how to therianthropize, I will never be able to see Cyrodiil's true form for the rest of my life. She posed a question to herself. What if Cyrodiil finds out I am Adelia the penguin? Cyrodiil whispered in her ear. Don't worry, Leah. I am more patient than I look. Cyrodiil suddenly remembered something and quickly told Adelia. Oh, right. After we are done with our busy schedules, let us go to the Orca family's territory. It is an island surrounded by the sea. Since you are an Orca, I think it would be better to practice therianthropizing on the island. Of course, not immediately, but after you get used to life here. It will be quite chaotic at first. Adelia immediately thought of the worst-case scenario. What? An island? But if I practice on the island, there is nowhere to run if I am discovered. She panicked and politely declined. Can't we just do it here? Cyrodiil disagreed. There is no water here. so it is difficult. Adelia immediately came up with an idea. Just a small pool of water is fine. Anyway, I have lived in a house all my life. Cyrodiil stepped forward, clasped Adelia's hands, and said highly, Leah, if you say that, my mother will be very sad. An orca being satisfied with a small place. Unbelievable. Adelia, at a loss, had no choice but to agree with Cyrodiil. Ah, I understand. Originally, she had planned to learn therianthropizing and then return. But what should she do now? She did not know what would happen if she was discovered to be a penguin. Before going to the island, I have to at least learn by myself and then escape. Adelia still had many questions, so she asked them all at once. If so, how can I live in a townhouse? Cyrodiil kindly explained to her. Orca therians have a longer human form duration than other therians. Moreover, when the time comes, we can use magic to move to the territory. Adelia was surprised, but continued to ask, even so, is not it dangerous? There are times when you have to leave the house, right? Cyrodiil continued, that is why most of the servants are from different races. That is why there are very few orcas. Therianthropes must therianthropize periodically. Otherwise, fatigue will accumulate, and they will be forced to therianthropize. Adelia immediately imagined a scene of orcas lying scattered on the streets. That is why, in the original story, the orca family could not advance to the center. They occasionally have to go to the island to therianthropize, so they can't stay in the capital for long. Otherwise, they would transform into orcas on the streets. And, different from the original story, how do I use magic? Is it due to the race's unique ability? A race's unique ability has a huge impact on the family. In short, it is a characteristic ability. For example, wolf therians become knights, thanks to their superior physique. Elephant therians become artisans thanks to their skillful hands. Fox therians become central figures in scandals, thanks to their glamorous appearance. Although they do not appear in the original story, perhaps orcas can use magic. While lost in these mixed thoughts, Leah suddenly heard Cyrodiil call her name. Leah, I have a question. Why do not you call me Cyrodiil? Adelia hesitantly asked. Then should I call you young master? Cyrodiil burst out laughing, immediately refusing. Not such a stiff form of address. Adelia also did not want to use an overly intimate name. I won't call you by terms of endearment that give me goosebumps, like babe, honey, love. Just thinking about it made her extremely uncomfortable. Cyrodiil continued laughing. If I were called that, there would be nothing better. I just want to be called by an affectionate name. Adelia hesitantly asked again, do I really have to call you by an affectionate name? Why, don't you like me, Leah? Adelia retorted dejectedly. What is there not to like? We met for the first time today. Cyrodiil looked at Adelia suspiciously, his eyes gleaming with clear disbelief. A second later, his attitude changed noticeably. Right, today's the first time we have met. Cyrodiil asked excitedly. What is your first impression of me? Adelia coldly uttered 2 words. Not bad. Cyrodiil blushed. Really? Cyrodiil's radiant handsomeness momentarily swayed Adelia. Not bad. I do not dislike you. You have helped me a lot. Adelia scolded herself. Today, I have been defeated by his appearance again. Cyrodiil beamed. That is a relief. I like Leah too. Adelia shyly denied it. When did I say I liked you? It is not like, it is not dislike. Cyrodiil ignored it, only cheerfully reminding her. Call me by an affectionate name when you want to. She asked helplessly. Are you even listening to me? Cyrodiil changed the subject. Oh, right. I have something I want to give you. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small, round object. I was going to give it to the other Leah, but I could not go see her today, so I will give it to you. Adelia reached out and accepted what Cyrodiil offered. My Leah loves this. Adelia could not help but exclaim. A sparkling stone. So beautiful. Suddenly, she reconsidered his words, which were no different from what he said when she was in penguin form. Who is your Leah, you penguin-stalking bastard? Adelia haughtily returned the stone to him. Thank you, but I decline. Just give it to the other Leah. Cyrodiil was taken aback. Is that so? There is no other way. Well, it is a shame. I will just have to throw it away. He calmly tossed the stone out the window, startling Adelia. Why throw it away? Cyrodiil replied calmly, as if nothing had happened. Because I do not need it. I bought this to give to Leah. Adelia ran outside and bent down to look for the stone. Why not give it to the other Leah? Cyrodiil replied calmly, as if nothing had happened. If Leah refused, how could I give it to the other Leah? She might be hurt. Adelia was helpless, unable to tell him that they were the same person. So how could she be hurt? Cyrodiil turned to leave, not forgetting to instruct her. Anyway, I am tired. Get some rest. Now that you have become human, you will need a lot of things, so tomorrow we will go shopping. Adelia frowned. Do I really have to go with you? Cyrodiil replied excitedly. I will buy things for you. Adelia naturally agreed to the condition. If you are paying, then fine. However, she continued searching for the beautiful stone. It seems like it fell into the flower garden over there. Suradal suddenly asked her, Leah, I wonder if tonight... Adelia did not pay much attention, only focused on finding the stone. The grass is covering it. Ah, I can't see anything. That is why I said, why did you throw it outside? Seeing her determination, Suradal fell silent. Only then did Adelia remember his words and turned back to ask, What? Suradal smiled brightly. Nothing. Rest up. With that, he left the room. Night gradually fell. Adelia lay on the large bed, tossing and turning, unable to sleep. She sat up abruptly. I am so confused, I can't sleep. So much has happened today. Even so, the biggest reason is still... Adelia recalled what happened in the afternoon. Today. It was Suradal. He threw the stone out the window. Why did he throw away such a beautiful thing? It is such a waste, so I keep thinking about it. Adelia had to admit that she really liked stones. Ordinary stones are fine, but beautiful and valuable ones are better. One day, when she was still a penguin, Suradal had asked her, Leah, does Adelia the penguin really like stones? The characteristic of Adelia the penguin was liking stones, but she did not want to admit it. Although her actions in front of him were to protect her stone hoard, Suradal was not foolish, and immediately understood everything. From that day on, Suradal would come with a gemstone. I will give it to you if you shake my hand. I will give it to you if you let me see you ski. I will give it to you if you let me hug you. Of course, like a noble penguin, she was not tempted. But was not the gemstone that fell into the flower garden a gift from Suradal? Moreover, at that time, he said, Leah, I wonder if tonight. Adelia was still wondering. I do not know what he was going to say earlier. I just need to pick up the gemstone and quickly go back. Thinking so, she quickly pushed open the door and calmly walked outside. Wait for me, beautiful gemstone. Along the corridor, Adelia seemed distraught as she worried about the beautiful stone. She feared it would be cold and kept calling its name. Thus, Adelia decided to find her way to the stone, but as she passed a turn, she froze, seeing something unclean. What? Why is my body like this? I have such a headache. I feel nauseous. Come to think of it, the night before I turned into a human, I was sick and passed out. I thought it was just the flu, but when I woke up, I had become someone else. Adelia worried that she would revert to her original penguin form, her eyes becoming blurry. No, if I turn into a penguin, the orca will know my identity. As soon as she finished speaking, Adelia's entire body transformed into a penguin, and she fell asleep. At that moment, a man appeared with a warm tone. I knew it. He picked Adelia up and kept scolding her. Why did you overexert yourself like that? You do not even know your own condition. Breathe slowly. That is right. You are doing great. In her dream, Adelia could sense that this man had no ill intentions, but his unfamiliar voice made her a little scared. This warm voice immediately reminded Adelia of her father, and her floating past suddenly rushed back, suddenly turning into a human, leaving home, and being kidnapped. Also having to hide the orca's identity. But I am afraid of being ignored by father. That is the scariest thing. Adelia narrated, when I was born as a beast and enveloped in disappointment and fear, the first person who showed me the meaning of family love, my whole world. The person she was talking about was Reynos. If I did not have father, how would I live? Even if I am a Therian, please do not abandon me. Please. Adelia's body started trembling. Suradal immediately embraced her. It is okay. It is okay, Adelia. Everything will be all right when you wake up. The next morning, at the mansion, Adelia had returned to her human form and was awakened in her bed. As she slowly opened her eyes, she felt something heavy on her body, as if something were pressing down on her. It was not until Adelia glanced at the spot next to her that she was shocked to see Suradal sleeping in the same bed. His handsome appearance made Adelia suppress her panic, but she still wondered why Suradal was there. The commotion woke Suradal. He looked at Adelia sleepily, and gently placed his hand on her cheek. You missed me so much, that you came all the way here. Adelia jumped up at this fabrication. What are you talking about? This is my room. Wait. This was not the room Bella gave her. No. Did not I faint in the hallway? She vaguely recalled. I even turned back into a penguin. What happened? Beside her, Suradal was getting excited. Thank you for coming to see me, but our progress seems a bit fast, do not you think? You did not come here to see me. Suradal sat up. Is that so? Then why is Leah in my room and even lying on my bed? Adelia, embarrassed, could only give a vague explanation. I do not know, either. I just woke up and found myself here. Could it be that phenomenon therianthropes who have just transformed into humans often experience fever symptoms, and may transform back into their animal form or experience hallucinations. If you came all the way here without remembering, is not that the case for you, Leah? Adelia guessed that she must have had a hallucination, and further convinced herself that Cyrodiil had not seen her penguin form. She said shyly, "First of all, I apologize for entering your room without permission." You must have been shocked. Cyrodiil looked at her for a long time. Leah, I like it. Leah came to find me unconsciously. It seems like there is a misunderstanding. I do not even know where your room is. Weren't you drawn to me instinctively? Anyway, I should apologize. I apologize for not caring. Why are you apologizing? I was the one who entered your room, without permission. Cyrodiil extended his hand towards Adelia. You endured the pain alone last night, did not you? It might be because I am still not trustworthy, but from now on, even if it is just a little bit of pain, please come to me. Adelia's heart wavered slightly. We have seen each other every day for years. I know he is worried about me. However, given that she was only pretending to be an orca, she could not allow herself to have such thoughts about Cyrodiil. Seeing that Adelia did not respond, Cyrodiil asked, You won't promise me? All right, even if I am in pain, I do not need you to care. The answer was not what he expected, and he looked a little sad. But then he regained his spirits with a gift bag in hand. If you promise to come to me, I will give you this. Adelia realized this was the emergency money the kidnappers had taken from her. Of course, Cyrodiil would not return it if she did not meet his condition. That is mine. How can you coerce me like this? To me, the intention of enduring pain alone is coercion. You will know what to do. Your theory-anthropization has not been stable for long. I am really worried, that is why I said that, Cyrodiil explained. Adelia only looked at him with apprehension. Finally, she reluctantly compromised. What is this? Normally, you are always joking, but suddenly making such a face. How can I adapt? I really do not intend to seek you out. All right, let us end this here. Before breakfast, let us do something fun. Adelia clutched her bag. What do you mean by something fun? Cyrodiil said he would teleport because he had something to do at the training ground. Teleport. Father prepared everything I need in the magic tower. There is no need to teleport. I am really looking forward to teleporting. Adelia seemed excited. Great. We just need to get ready, right? It feels like I am in a novel. Cyrodiil asked her to give him her hand. Why hold hands? To teleport, of course. Don't you want to go fast? Adelia considered for a moment. Then, she lightly touched Cyrodiil's hand with her finger. Just touching is enough, right? I thought only your hands were adorable, but I guess your thoughts are too. Be quiet, because we are teleporting. Even when you are cold, you are adorable. A layer of snow covered the room. Now, let us go. A magic circle appeared in the middle of the training ground. Adelia and Cyrodiil had arrived. Welcome to the training ground. The speed was so fast. It was just a blink of an eye. Adelia was very surprised. Did we really move that fast? I have only seen it at the magic tower before. Teleportation is amazing. I want to travel like this every day. Cyrodiil immediately replied, If you want, I could do that for you. However, the atmosphere was filled with fear. Adelia asked very cautiously, Cyrodiil, have you been practicing bullying your subordinates? Look at how everyone is avoiding you. In response, Cyrodiil kindly asked her to point out someone to try it on. Adelia knew that if she pointed to the wrong person, that person would definitely get into trouble, so she just skimmed over it. However, Cyrodiil urged her, Hurry up, you have seen everything, have not you? You just said I was bullying my subordinates. If Leah is not sure, I can ask each person, one by one. This time, she was really scared. Adelia took a gamble and pointed at a random person in the group. Sorry, to someone I do not know. The first victim was the knight with red hair. Everyone else seemed relieved, but he looked like he was about to cry. Cyrodiil immediately identified the target, so that knight is avoiding me. Adelia pulled his hand. No, I am just a little curious. That beastman? Is he a flying squirrel beastman? According to Cyrodiil, the red-haired guy was a flying squirrel beastman, that large rodent. He added, if he spreads his huge back muscles, he might be able to fly like a flying squirrel. Huge back muscles? It seems like you find those muscles quite impressive. Why are you saying that? Adelia had a bad feeling. Cyrodiil pulled aside his shirt. Leah, you know I am a magic swordsman. But the muscles you find impressive, I have them too. So do not look at other men. I am jealous. Adelia was surprised by Cyrodiil's true identity. He not only freely used magic, but also used a sword, too overpowered. Could he really be the hidden villain in the original story? Seeing her in a daze, Cyrodiil offered to train with the knights for her to see. Anyway, I understand Leah's preferences now, so I will keep that in mind. However, Adelia stopped him. Wait a minute. I do not care about other things. But I can't accept you misunderstanding my preferences. Muscles are always right, but I prefer the kind of firm muscles inside just fitting in a suit, rather than the bulky kind. Is that So, like, who? For example, this question made Adelia recall when she was a penguin, there was something like this. The day she retaliated against someone who teased her. I thought a mage would be soft, but he is firmer than I thought. Except for his slightly eccentric personality, this guy is perfect. Adelia whispered, It is you. It seems you are my type. Cyrodiil immediately blushed. Leah, you are suddenly so forward. My heart is beating so fast, like it is about to burst. A heart is supposed to beat, not burst. Because of that, I am happy to be considered your type, but I am even happier to see your sincere, yearning gaze. Adelia chuckled in response. I am only talking about appearances. Except for personality, you and I, even if I yearn, it is not as much as you, right? That is right. You are far behind me. I hope you will soon be tainted by this world. Is that a curse? No, that is my true intention. Sorry, but could you play with the knights for a bit? I have something to discuss with the knight captain. Adelia quickly agreed and told Cyrodiil to leave quickly. Near the training grounds, Adelia decided to come out here to avoid disturbing the knights. However, several dark figures appeared before her. It turned out that the knights were curious about Adelia's killer whale identity and came here. One of them looked serious. Are you being bullied by Lord Cyrodiil? Adelia immediately denied. He is not bullying me. Why would you ask that? But Lord Cyrodiil's face is full of smiles. Doesn't he usually smile? The Cyrodiil I see is always smiling, Adelia asked curiously. The knight said there are real smiles that only appear in specific situations. When talking to you, he constantly has a crazy smile. No, that real smile. What are those specific situations? When enjoying beating people up under the guise of sparring. When making others run all day on the training ground. When messing up other people's clothes. When discovering something interesting. A lot of things were dug up about Cyrodiil. Adelia was quite shocked because she did not think he was such a person. Moreover, she thought Cyrodiil was just teasing her. The knight sighed in relief. Both of you are killer whale beastmen, so it is natural to be attracted to each other. But this is the first time I have seen Lord Cyrodiil express such affection. Perhaps he fell in love with you at first sight. Adelia was immersed in happiness. But then she was slapped in the face by reality. As if Cyrodiil's interest is not love, it is similar to his attitude towards me when I was a penguin. When you see something small and cute, you naturally develop affection for it. It is probably just amusement, nothing more, nothing less. The knight asked Adelia, but his smile with you seems a bit different from us. Do you know his nickname? What is it? It is the Smile Therapist. Adelia was disappointed, thinking it would be something cool. However, the knight enlightened her. It is not what you think. If any knight makes a mistake, he will beat them up and then heal them, beat them up and then heal them, repeating it over and over. And throughout that process, he always keeps a smile on his face, hence the nickname. Adelia was momentarily dumbfounded, so that is why he is called the Smile Therapist. That Cyrodiil is even crazier than I thought. Transformation or something. I should probably run away. Unfortunately, it was too late. Cyrodiil had returned after finishing his discussion. Have you become close with the knights? What are you talking about? She became hesitant. Looking at their faces, they would definitely be scared if she revealed it. So Adelia had to cover up by saying that the knight said Cyrodiil was very good with a sword. Of course, she also intended to tease him a bit. A penguin's characteristic is to be playful. Therefore, Adelia suggested that Cyrodiil start the sparring session. He readily agreed and asked her to choose an opponent. The knights from earlier prayed silently in despair. Each of Adelia's pointing fingers was a death sentence in their eyes. In the end, she backed down, saying that everyone was busy training so she would pass up this opportunity. The three knights breathed a sigh of relief, all crying because Adelia's joke went too far. Returning to the task Cyrodiil had discussed earlier, he said he'd asked the captain to choose a few knights to be Adelia's escorts. She seemed annoyed because she did not agree to have someone constantly by her side. However, Cyrodiil said that the whale clan had a duty to protect the endangered killer whales, but clearly she was just a small penguin. So Adelia declined this privilege. I do not need an escort. And I want to refuse a maid too. Why, do you look accustomed to being served? Don't overthink it. Just enjoy everything comfortably. Besides, you seem to like money, precious things, power, and strength. Unable to deny it, Adelia blurted out an admission, but still did not want anyone else around. To please Adelia, Cyrodiil decided to reduce the number of escorts from 3 to 1, but she still refused. 3 or 1, it is the same. Don't act like my mother. So you need a mother, not a maid or an escort. If Leah needs it, I will be your mother. I really hate you. Why, you just confessed you liked me. Not confessed liking, but preference. Cyrodiil mistakenly believed that she only approached him because of his body. Of course, Adelia would not let this go any further. She immediately shouted, How did it become like this? When did I ever approach you? This morning I was in your bed. The three dreamy knights were taken aback by this situation. Apart from Lady Bella, no one had ever dared to treat Cyrodiil so casually. Did you two really just meet yesterday? From what I see, you must have been friends for at least 10 years. Recalling last night, Adelia had struggled to get the maid out because her nature needed to be alone. This time, if there was another escort, her penguin identity would definitely be exposed. While Adelia was having a headache, a voice came from afar. So beautiful. Adelia immediately looked over. Her eyes met a long-haired knight. He was playing with a two-colored butterfly. Adelia, as if she had struck gold, quickly told Cyrodiil that she wanted this person as her escort. He turned in surprise to the direction of Adelia's hand. She was very excited when she saw this guy. Definitely, his appearance was exactly the same as the description of the Black Bull Beastman she had heard from the maid when she was a penguin. The Black Bull Knight nodded. Yes, I do not know where the young lady heard it from, but that is right. That is right. Be my escort. The Black Bull stammered. But, miss, do you mind if your escort is a fool? Why a fool? Did you just ask if I am a fool? No, not a fool, but a Black Bull. Yes, that is right. Although this guy was a bit foolish, he was very suitable for Adelia's escort position. She had heard that Black Bull Beastmen were so kind that even kindergartners could trick them. Based on this, Adelia took the Black Bull's hand. Anyway, Sir Knight, you are the person I need. I look forward to your help from now on. Adelia's heart began to feel at ease. I have found it, the perfect escort for me. This person won't suspect anything even if I turn into a penguin, and he will definitely be very helpful for my upcoming plan. This time, it was Cyrodiil who was heartbroken. He stood alone in a corner behind them. Suspicions began to form in his mind. I wonder who that knight is that Leah reacted to like that. A while later, the scene shifted to Adelia's room. Alright then, let me formally introduce myself. I am Adelia, the one who will be taken care of by the whale clan for the time being. In front of her was a handsome guard. I am Hanu. Since you have trusted and chosen me, I swear to protect you with my life. Yet hearing his name, Adelia kept thinking of something else. So reliable, Korean beef. No, Knight Hanu. Thank you. Please speak freely. At this point, Adelia went straight to the point. Okay, I will speak freely from now on. Actually, I have a personal request. Yes, I will do my best to help. Actually, there was another reason why she chose Knight Hanu. When she was a penguin, she had a personal maid, Ypres, a yellow bull beastman, who often talked about her twin brother. That black bull, don't mention him. He is so arrogant and annoying that every time I see him, I want to punch him. Back in reality, Adelia was overjoyed. I think through Knight Hanu, I can contact Ypres. The thing is, please let me meet your sister, Knight Hanu. However, he denied it. What are you talking about? I do not have a sister. These words stunned Adelia, but they look exactly alike. If you put them side by side, they would be like a tumbler cow duo. She excitedly ran over to ask, Knight Hanu, is not your sister named Ypres? And then Hanu laughed and said, You are talking about my younger sister. I misunderstood. The knight looks older. Yes, Ypres is mature and not very dignified. But how do you know my younger sister? I met her before I transformed, when you were a killer whale. How? Suddenly Adelia grabbed Hanu's hand. Anyway, Knight Hanu. Actually, I am very worried. I am very grateful for Lady Bella's kindness, but this is all a strange environment and strange people. If there is someone familiar, I will feel much better. And I have something very important to tell Ypres. Tears, please flow. Think of something sad. To make the performance more realistic, Adelia recalled the image of her father. Oh, what should I do? The more I think about it, the more I miss my father. He must be searching for me everywhere now. I also want to go back to my father immediately. Just like that, her tears flowed out. But I am afraid my father will hate me when he sees that I have turned into a human. And I have not found a way to cure the disease yet. I really need someone trustworthy to get news about my father during this time. Ypres has many connections and knows me well, so I can trust her. Now that I think of my father, the tears just keep flowing. After a while, Hanu suddenly said, Miss Leah. Then he took her hand. Even if I have to knock Ypres unconscious and drag her here, I will definitely bring her back. Oh, you do not have to do that. Even though I do not know what is going on, I will definitely fulfill Miss Leah's request. At this moment, Cyrodiil suddenly walked in. Leah, it is time to depart. The current scene made him freeze for a few seconds. Adelia was startled by his appearance. Her tears continued to fall. It made Cyrodiil angry. Now you... What are you doing, Knight Hanu? And so, she could not explain Cyrodiil's misunderstanding about Knight Hanu. While staying with the Whale Clan, she went out to buy necessary items. Despite Cyrodiil's constant persuasion, you should reconsider choosing Knight Hanu as your escort knight. Whatever you think, it is just your misunderstanding. You are not my lover. Why are you trying to control me? At that moment, Cyrodiil asked, Then will you go on a date with me, Leah, I refuse. I can't let anyone take advantage of you when you have just transformed. That is as unethical as a veteran trying to deceive a newly grown-up young lady, just to spend the night with her. Faced with this situation, Adelia suggested, then do not stick to me either. I am doing this to protect you. Suddenly, a staff member approached. Excuse me, customer, would you like to buy that dress? Adelia thought to herself, what should I do? My father's emergency fund. Turns out it is bigger than I thought. Now, even if I am kicked out of the whale clan, I do not have to worry about starving to death. Plus, I also secretly took the jewel that Cyrodiil threw yesterday. Cyrodiil saw her hesitation and offered, are you hesitant? Actually, I am hesitant too. I was going to buy you anything you wanted, but I am worried that my attitude will make you even more naive and unguarded. Immediately, Adelia's attitude changed dramatically. Now that I think about it, you are right. Taking advantage of someone naive like me is truly trashy. Is that so? Now I can feel at ease buying Leah anything you want. Do you want to buy as much as you like? Please give me everything from here to here. We will deliver it to the mansion for you. A while later, outside the city, Adelia was now extremely excited. Thank you. I have always wanted to say that I have to keep the emergency fund for later. Suddenly, she overheard someone gossiping on the road. Can they find it? Didn't I cast a tracking spell? They look like the purebloods I saw at the magic tower. What are they looking for? Miss Adelia is a member of Marquis Reynos's family. After realizing they were looking for her, she panicked. It is me. What else? Where has Miss Adelia disappeared to? Could it be because some clan hates purebloods? Maybe in a few days, a penguin carcass will be sent to the magic tower. Or maybe that crazy guy in the whale clan kidnapped her. He is a penguin fanatic. He comes to the magic tower every day. As if he would be the first suspect. It is more convincing to say Miss Adelia transformed and ran away with a bag of money. Adelia became more and more frightened. They might as well roll out the red carpet. Why did Cyrodiil appear at this time? His eyes looked like he wanted to devour those people alive. He turned and asked, have you put away the money bag, of course? Why did he ask that? Could he have discovered her true identity? Suddenly, Cyrodiil asked coldly, I have something to tell you. Cyrodiil's question made her turn pale with fear. What is it? I am talking about that carriage. As expected, it is heading towards us. Perhaps they need to see me. That person does not like me, so please bear with it, even if you are uncomfortable. Adelia breathed a sigh of relief. It seems he has not found out yet. But who would come to see him? A person stepped out of the carriage. Cyrodiil, you're here. Adelia was very surprised by his presence. What, that posture, plus that physique and appearance? Wait a minute, could it be the male lead, Theodore? It was known that Theodore was the male lead, a wolf beastman and the heir of the wolf clan, the leading clan of wolf beastmen. Originally, he had a rigid and cold personality, but after imprinting Anemone, he completely changed and became a passionate lover. Cyrodiil smiled and said, Hello, Theodore. Is there something you need to see me about? Theodore immediately replied, I heard the penguin you were pursuing has gone missing. Is it okay for you to be here like this? It is because we have an important guest visiting our clan, so I am a little busy. He introduced Adelia to him. It is this person here. That is you. I do not see anything important about her. Leah is the killer whale beastman we have been searching for. Why are you talking? In that tone, I know he is acting according to his character. But before meeting the female lead, he is really rude. Theodore said coldly. Besides, are you participating in the hunt next week? The hunt, organized by the great clans leading the continent every 5 years, was the starting point of the novel and the day the female lead, Anemone, and the male lead, Theodore, first met. During the hunt, Theodore was attacked by other clans and discovered by Anemone. Although Anemone also hated beastmen like her father, she could not ignore him because of her compassion, and eventually used her specialized healing magic to treat Theodore. Thus, Theodore fell in love with Anemone at first sight and imprinted her. But Anemone must be busy looking for me, right? Anemone was a disciple whom her father particularly cherished. When she was a penguin, the two of them were very close. Anemone was so kind and righteous, so she must be looking for her. So what will happen to Theodore? If Anemone does not come to the hunt, he will die. If so, there is only one way. Adelia softly asked. This might be a rude question, but are you the type to fall in love easily? Her question inevitably embarrassed Cyrodiil. Theodore was also taken aback. Are all killer whales insane like Cyrodiil? Who would want to ask this? It seems I have to save him in Anemone's place. But what if he imprints on me? My life is busy enough with Cyrodiil. But if I just ignore it, I will feel guilty if he dies, because Anemone is busy looking for me. But that is another story. Suddenly, Adelia yelled at him. Take back what you said. I can tolerate you bad-mouthing me, but I can't accept you bad-mouthing Lady Bella. No need to hear more? Anyway, Suradel, I will win the hunt this time. I need the prize money. Is there someone sick in your family? But what can I do? This time, I am also interested in the reward. Theodore's expression was full of indignation. Are you deceiving me? There is no one sick. I need it as insurance. Hearing this, Suradel just laughed and retorted, insurance, right? Not other clans, but the Wolf Clan. Those who are willing to sacrifice their lives for the person they have imprinted. Theodore reacted violently. You dare mention imprinting. You probably have not thought about how absurd imprinting is. I won't let something like imprinting arbitrarily control my life. After he left, Adelia was still in shock. As far as I know, he is the one who resists being controlled by imprinting the most in this world. She asked what is the reward for this hunt that makes him like that half elixir. Elixir, the legendary medicine that can cure all diseases. Since it is half, it is not a panacea, but it can instantly heal most wounds. Its detoxification effect is also among the best. So can it cure the disease too? Since it is created based on magic, it can't solve what magic can't. But if it could be made, the Wolf Clan could just buy it with money. It is very difficult to make, and not for sale. This time, it is specially donated as a reward for the winner. Who created it? Suradel proudly admitted that he created it. That is why when Suro showed interest in the reward, he said that he is really... Suradel said, anyway, I am busy, so I won't be participating in this hunt. I just want to watch other beastmen struggle to win the elixir. You know, most beastmen do not like purebloods very much. The Whale Clan is in a similar situation. Even if they are both beastmen, they still discriminate against the Whale Clan. Our weakness is that we always have to be near the sea because we are whale beastmen, and that becomes a laughingstock for them. Of course, after the Whale Clan's magical abilities became known, such words disappeared because most of the continent operates on magic. Beastmen discriminate against beastmen. Is that why Father interacted with the Whale Clan? Father also said that before the magic tower gained its power, he was also discriminated against by the beastmen. Cyrodiil just revealed that to maintain peace, we must have greater power than those who do not desire peace. I hope the Whale Clan will never be looked down upon again. Because he always smiles, I did not realize he had such pain. In that moment, Adelia suddenly raised her hand and held Cyrodiil's hand. Everything will be all right, because the Whale Clan has you, Cyrodiil. It will be all right because of the Whale Clan, Adelia said. Because there is you, Cyrodiil. This made him extremely surprised to be mentioned. Cyrodiil shyly called her name, while Adelia said, in front of you, who would dare look down on the Whale Clan? You are the Grand Mage swordsman and a fighting machine too. If there was half a bottle of the elixir, maybe it could save Theodore, the male lead. I am not a good hunter to receive such a precious gift. How can I get the elixir? Adelia thought to herself. Cyrodiil told her, everything is fine, but do not go anywhere and say such sweet words. Only I can handle it. If it were anyone else, they would have fallen for you. Enough is enough. But if I do not participate in the competition, the Wolf Clan will take the elixir, right? Cyrodiil wondered, asking Adelia, why? Do you want that elixir? Did you hear it is a precious item and want to possess it? Cyrodiil also understood what she meant. Is that so? Then I will give it to you. Cyrodiil took out a precious bottle of elixir, surprising Adelia. What? Where did you get this? Then Cyrodiil replied, I got it with magic. I heard this is incredibly difficult to obtain, and it is not even for sale. You are giving it to me so easily, that is by other people's standards. It is not that difficult for me. Cyrodiil gently said to Adelia, even if you use all of this medicine for a cut, I would not regret it, because I trust you. Hearing those words, Adelia clutched her skirt nervously and replied, what nonsense are you talking about? Don't be too good to me. What if I hurt you inwardly? Adelia thought. He is only treating me well because he thinks I am a killer whale. What will he think of me when he finds out the truth? Besides, I have to leave anyway. Cyrodiil's expression seemed very pensive at that moment. Then let us make a deal. Adelia asked suspiciously. A deal, Cyrodiil then proposed. Call me by a cute nickname in exchange for half the elixir. Okay. What, a cute nickname, and I get half the elixir in return? You call that a deal? This deal is too good. So Adelia agreed without hesitation. This surprised Cyrodiil immensely. You said to call you by a cute nickname in exchange for half the elixir? That is too cheap. It is not like I am asking for something like honey or darling. For such a good deal, I do not need to hesitate. This was contrary to Cyrodiil's previous thoughts. I had planned to watch your many cute expressions as you refused, and then drop it for you to pick up like a jewel last time. Can't you hear me? If you want to say something, say it louder. Adelia saw Cyrodiil standing there, lost in thought. Hearing the sound, Cyrodiil snapped out of his thoughts. Cyrodiil just stood there, smiling slightly. As expected, I like Adelia in her human form more than as a penguin. Adelia sulked. Why are you suddenly mentioning other people here? So, after saying you like penguins, you say you like your own kind more if you have a beastman lover in the future. It will be troublesome. Then Adelia turned away and said, "Don't mention other Leahs in front of me." Cyrodiil chuckled. "Are you jealous of Leah in penguin form right now?" She crossed her arms and said, "Let us just say I am." Then Adelia turned and walked away, leaving Cyrodiil calling her name. "Adelia, let us go together." "Leave me alone." Adelia did not understand why she was so irritated for no reason. That evening, at the Whale Clan's mansion, the two of them were heading inside. The butler came out and bowed respectfully. "You are back. Did you have a good trip?" "Yes, thanks to Adelia. Everyone seems busy. The head of the family has returned and is having a meal. Do you want to see him now?" "My father is back." "How about we go together, Adelia? Can I go there too?" "Of course, you are a valued guest. My father is also very curious about you. What kind of person is the head of the family? His personality. Should I say he is like me? As his son, I am supposed to be the opposite, but saying that makes me not want to meet him anymore." "Adelia, you are being a bit much today." "Meeting the head of the Whale Clan makes me nervous, but since he helped me, I should at least greet him. To avoid being rude, I will change and come back." Adelia chose a yellow princess dress for herself. "Come on, let us go." Cyrodiil looked at the girl in front of him and complimented, "You look beautiful." She breathed a sigh of relief. "I think so too. I was not talking about the dress, but you." "I thought so too. You are the most wonderful beastman I have ever met. I will take that as a compliment. Can you lead the way now? It would be rude to keep the head of the family waiting. You are not giving me any chances. The dining room is this way." The dining room was already lit. Beautiful dishes were arranged on the table. Bella called to them, "Cyrodiil, Adelia, come here quickly." Cyrodiil politely replied, "Yes, mother," and introduced Adelia to his father. "This is Adelia. I heard the head of the Whale Clan is a white whale. Then he must have an impressive beard. Since ancient times, white has been a symbol of strength and power. How magnificent will the head's beard be?" Just thinking about it made Adelia very excited. A man wiped his mouth and asked, "Are you that child? I have been looking forward to meeting you." This surprised Adelia. She could not believe it. He does not have a beard at all. "I have been looking forward to meeting you." This surprised Adelia. She could not believe it. He does not have a beard at all. This is like fish-shaped buns without any fish inside. Though fish-shaped buns never really have fish inside. Although he does not have a white beard, I can still feel the majesty of the largest creature in the world. I am Primo. I heard Bella's story. I heard you are a killer whale. Adelia bowed slightly. "Just call me Leah." "All right, both of you, sit down." Primo looked at Adelia with a very warm gaze. Adelia could feel it. Why does he keep staring at me? I feel like I am about to have a hole in my face. Cyrodiil noticed this and reminded his father, "Leah is feeling pressured." "I apologize. It is just that it has been a long time since I have met another killer whale. It has been over 30 years since Bella became the last survivor." Adelia found this puzzling. The last survivor. What happened to the Whale Clan? Is it related to their small numbers? Whale beastmen are few in number, so they are gathered into a single whale clan, while other beastmen are usually divided into many clans. For example, within the wolf clan, there are gray wolves and Arctic wolves. Among them, there is a leading clan representing the race, like the black wolves, called the wolf clan. I apologize if this question is rude, but did something happen to the killer whale beastmen? I know that whale beastmen are not numerous, and killer whales are especially rare. Bella replied, "We were not always this few. Before that incident, we had enough to form a village." That incident, yes, something unforgivable happened. Bella angrily stabbed her fork into her plate. "It is all because of those damn sharks." This frightened Adelia. "Caused by shark beastmen. If there is a chance, I will tell you the story later, Adelia. You should also be careful of those shark beastmen. They always want to kill us for no reason." "What, do shark beastmen not value their own lives?" Cyrodiil also spoke up. "Don't worry. You are also a whale beastman, so if you learn magic, you will be safe." Adelia feigning delight. "Really, yes. What is going on? Dealing with killer whale beastmen is tiring enough, and now sharks too. Moreover, I can't use magic, so how can I deal with sharks? I should probably leave this place soon." After the meal, the head of the family called Adelia aside for some reason. "Come in." Adelia slowly entered. "I apologize for calling you during your rest. It is just, I want to confirm something. I have found you strange since we first met. Actually, you are not a killer whale, are you?" This frightened Adelia greatly. Seeing that reaction, I guess I was right. I did not expect to be discovered like this. It was quite simple. Killer whale hair has unique characteristics, but yours is slightly different from Bella's, except for Cyrodiil's special case. Unbelievable. You suspected me. Based on that alone, everyone else did not even have a shred of doubt. Even though it is a small difference that even Bella could not notice, I could, because I love Bella so much that I would willingly trade my life for hers. I even know the number of eyelashes Bella has. Adelia was now extremely worried. What should I do? I was thinking of leaving here soon, but I did not expect to be discovered like this. You said you did not know how to transform back into your beast form, right? There is a type of medicine that forces transformation, but it is forbidden. Come here. Don't worry, I am not going to hit you. Though I do not know the reason. I believe you are not deceiving the Whale Clan with malicious intent. Seeing how you treat Cyrodiil, I know that much. I am deceiving the entire Whale Clan, and yet he is still talking to me so kindly. Why? It will be over quickly. It won't hurt. But strangely, Primo could not touch Adelia. This puzzled Primo. Good heavens, unimaginable. Who are you? Why is this happening? First of all, you are definitely not a killer whale. What kind of magic are you using? It is not magic, but a mana reaction test to make sure you are not a whale. Whales have a high compatibility with mana, so it is always concentrated around them. This test method is a bit of a trick, so Bella probably did not think of it. You are not a whale, but perhaps you can still use magic. What? I can use magic? Ask Cyrodiil about that, not anyone else. It absolutely has to be Cyrodiil. I was going to tell Bella your true identity, but I have changed my mind. Adelia, can you tell me what kind of beastman you are? He really has seen through everything. First of all, I did not intend to deceive everyone. From the beginning, the kidnappers made a mistake and took me because they thought I was a killer whale. I see. The situation must have been very difficult. I promise not to reveal it until you reveal your identity yourself, so just tell me the truth. Adelia was very embarrassed, not knowing how to say it. I am a penguin. What? So you are the one Reynos is looking for? Yes, I am the runaway penguin. Once again, I apologize. Now I understand. I know my son loves penguins, but Reynos penguin is a bit much. Understand, I do not quite get what you mean, but I should leave first. Primo chuckled. It has been a while since something this interesting has happened. Excuse me. I hope you will keep this a secret for me. But Primo called out, wait, what? Why is he suddenly serious? What if he does not forgive me and tells Bella everything? Perhaps we should agree on how to address each other. From now on, you can call me Primo instead of head of the family. Or you can call me father. Isn't that how a daughter-in-law would address you? Meanwhile, Cyrodiil was waiting outside, anxiously wondering about the situation. I wonder if Father and Leah are talking all right. Call him father. Are all the men in the Whale Clan like this? Adelia could only reply, yes, mister. Primo. Then I will excuse myself. Thank you. Primo wished Adelia would call him father once. But since he said that, he probably won't kick me out. I can breathe a sigh of relief for now. This is something I never expected. This is really interesting. I did not expect Cyrodiil's characteristic mana to be all around Adelia. What is surprising is Leah's capacity. An ordinary person would have difficulty handling Cyrodiil's mana, but Leah seems to have no limits. There is definitely something between the two of them. Moreover, Leah does not seem afraid of Cyrodiil. Normally, fear arises from the difference in strength between predator and prey. But this is the first time I have seen a beastman so calm in Cyrodiil's presence. Even Bella and I took some time to get used to it. Let alone Leah, who is just a small Adelie penguin. Primo rested his chin on his hand, thinking, is it because they share the same mana? Or is it because she is a true Adelie penguin and knows no fear? She is truly an interesting child. Whatever the reason, it is no wonder Cyrodiil is interested. It is a shame Leah is not a killer whale, but our whale clan might have an interesting daughter-in-law. In the whale clan's living room, Cyrodiil said, you are wondering if you can use magic. I am not sure, but you might be able to. Adelia's eyes widened in surprise as she looked at Cyrodiil. Really, of course. No way is this a buff for transmigrators. Should I ask if I have mana in my body like purebred humans and members of the whale clan? Because Leah is a killer whale. I almost slipped up. I am a killer whale, Adelia told herself. Looking at your eyes, I can see a strong will to learn. That is great. It has been my dream to wield a magic wand for a long time. If so, then I won't understand why I can use magic. Also, magic is magic, but I want to confirm if the reason Cyrodiil feels favorably towards me is because of my magic. Cyrodiil continued. If so, then stop by the library tomorrow. There are many basic magic books there. Hearing this, Adelia was very excited. Really, you can go anywhere in the mansion, so feel free. I have urgent business, so I won't be able to stay by your side for a while. Are you going to look for the stolen penguin? Cyrodiil confirmed. Yes, I am very fond of them. And Mr. Reynos also asked me to help. Okay, I understand. I am also practicing transforming into my beast form. Be careful. Adelia felt extremely uncomfortable. What is this feeling? Why do I feel this way about myself? Although she knew Cyrodiil could not always be by her side. You can do anything, but do not do anything dangerous when I am not around. Honestly, I wanted to give you a beautiful ring with a precious stone, but among the magic tools I have, there is only this size adjusting ring. I will cast a summoning spell on it. If anything happens, call me. Oh, wait. The activation command for the summoning is... Cyrodiil said something that made Adelia blush. This magic can only be used once, so do not joke around. If I have to say that to use the magic, rest assured I won't say it my whole life. It is better not to call. By the way, Cyrodiil hesitated again. I fell in love with you at first sight. Will you go on a date with me? Adelia found those words extremely cheesy. Never. It was just a party concept. Then how about this, boss? This is everything I stole this week. But this item is very valuable. Please be generous. Not bad. I am honored. Then Cyrodiil pretended to put the ring on her finger. Leah, before I go, can I touch your forehead? Suspicious. What are you up to now? I just want to take your temperature. If you do not like it, I won't force you. I said this morning, if you feel unwell, you must come to me. It turned out Cyrodiil was genuinely worried about her. Then Adelia took Cyrodiil's hand and placed it on her forehead. Cyrodiil's face turned completely red. Surprising. Is he embarrassed? Yet he confessed without any hesitation. I confirmed you do not have a fever. Are you all right? It seems a bit hot. That is because my hands are cold. Right? My body temperature is naturally low. You know that, so why did you say that? That is so I can stay here a little longer. Leah's body temperature is so warm and comfortable. Honestly, he says embarrassing things without any hesitation. The next morning, Cyrodiil arrived at the magic tower early. The penguin you are looking for is at your house. Though I can't really say I am healthy. Last night, I had a fever again and transformed into a penguin. Fortunately, I no longer see hallucinations and faint like before. And this time, while sick, I realized something. I am still not completely stable in human form. So whenever I am mentally weak, I transform back into a penguin. During the day, Cyrodiil is by my side constantly, but at night I am alone, so memories of my past life come flooding back. Maybe that is why I am even weaker. Am I very lonely? Is this the only way to become human? Isn't there any other way? Leah, Hanu is here. May I come in? I have done what Miss Leah asked. But Adelia was very curious. What is in that bag? I was not confident I could persuade him to come here. You mean... Adelia felt a little scared. She did not know what was in that bag. Adelia's expression looked extremely panicked. The person inside the bag was Ifris. Leah gasped in surprise, her eyes wide and mouth agape, as Hanu opened the burlap sack. Inside was Ifris. She slowly crawled out, looking exhausted and haggard. Leah was extremely worried, anxiously asking, Ifris, are you okay, Hanu? Seeing Leah approach Ifris, immediately warned, no, it is dangerous to get close. Ifris, meanwhile, was extremely angry. She glared at Hanu with a terrifying bullet-like stare. Ifris rushed to fight and cursed. Hanu, die, you bastard! Are you crazy to drag me here like that? Leah stood by, witnessing them fighting, her face pale. She thought, is this how scary it is, when bulls actually fight? Leah spoke up for Hanu. I am sorry, Ifris. I did not expect Hanu to act so drastically. Leah's mind was in turmoil. What is going on? This is the first time I have seen Ifris like this. Ifris grabbed Hanu's collar and warned. I want to bury him immediately and get out of here. But I have to ask this clearly first. A killer whale beastman like you grabbing me, what is going on? If it is not something important, I won't let this go. Currently, I need to find Miss Leah as soon as possible. Hearing this, Leah immediately told Knight Hanu to step back for a moment. The door closed tightly, ensuring a quiet space for them to talk. Leah spoke first. Now that it is just the two of us, let me speak. Ifris, do not you recognize me? But Ifris still looked bewildered and asked, who are you? Leah reminded Ifris of their memories from when she was a penguin. It is me, Adelia, the penguin you were looking for. But Adelia's appearance had changed so much that Ifris did not believe her. She turned her head away, annoyed, and said, what are you talking about? If you are going to talk nonsense, I will leave. It is best if we do not affect each other in the future. But Adelia quickly grabbed Ifris's hand to stop her and asked, wait, do not you remember what you said to me before? Ifris said irritably, today is the first time we have met. But Leah still tried to persuade her, recalling a few things only the two of them knew to make Ifris understand that she was Adelia. You told me it was a secret, only we knew, about what you were doing behind my father's back. Adelia leaned close to Ifris's ear and whispered the words she had once said. That damn magic tower master? If it were not for the money, I would have quit working a long time ago. Adelia continued, that was because you had just started working so it could be overlooked, but what about the time you accidentally broke my father's precious medicine bottle? Ruined the magic circle. and many other things. I protected you by making everything look like I did it so you would not get fired. Even though I was a penguin at the time, I was still very useful. Adelia looked dangerous, as if she knew everything. She confidently said. From then on, Ypres started opening up to me and even revealed all her secrets. The tattoo on her back is actually the name of her ex-lover, and her umbrella is an iron weapon used to escape from him. When she was young, she thought she would marry a man like Knight Hanu. Ypres' secrets were all revealed. She was so embarrassed that her hair was messed up. She shouted loudly, "Enough! Please stop!" After that, Ypres walked towards Adelia in a daze and asked, "Are you really Miss Leah?" But Adelia acted cold, letting go of Ypres' hand. "Who was it that just spoke to me so coldly? I thought you would recognize me immediately." Suddenly, Ypres burst into tears, choked up, and said, "This meanness is definitely my Miss Adelia." Hearing her say that, Adelia said with a long sigh, "Why did you confirm it through that?" Ypres was very confused. "How did you become so gentle, beautiful, and soft? I thought if you became human, you would be the healthiest penguin Adelia in the world." Adelia replied with a bored look, "I thought so too, but what can I do? I have to accept this cuteness." Now, Ypres could be sure that this was Miss Adelia, because only she could have such an arrogant and shameless appearance. After that, Ypres took Adelia's hand and asked worriedly, "But why did you leave without saying anything? I was so worried." Adelia stammered, "About that? I am sorry. I also missed Father and Ypres a lot." Suddenly, Hanu pushed the door open, his face gaping in shock. She asked, "Leah, are you a penguin?" Hanu explained in confusion. "Because it took so long, I thought Ypres was causing trouble, so I barged in." Adelia, with a sinister expression, ordered Ypres, "This is my first command as a human. Drag him away." How dare he open the door and barge in without permission? Ypres quickly accepted the order, "Leave it to me, miss." And then Hanu was punished by kneeling on the ground and raising his hands to the sky. Putting aside the fact that Hanu had discovered the secret, Adelia suddenly remembered to ask Ypres about her father. "By the way, how is my father? Is he still healthy? Is he sick?" Ypres replied, "You mean Mr. Renos? Of course he is not okay. He has been walking around like a zombie. The entire magic tower is in chaos looking for you. Why did it turn out like this, miss? Why are you at the whale family? Were you really kidnapped by those nasty whales?" But Adelia replied, "No, I went by myself and suddenly turned into a human." Ypres was still curious and did not understand why. Adelia said, "Because I was afraid my father would be disappointed. In the whale family, they mistook me for a killer whale. I currently have nowhere to go, so I decided to stay here." Ypres felt heartbroken upon hearing this and reproached the young miss. "What are you talking about, having nowhere to go? Let us go back to the magic tower together." Adelia sadly refused. "No, my father hates beastmen." Hearing this, Ypres argued back and persuaded the young miss, "Mr. Renos can't hate you because you are a beastman. If so, he certainly would not have hired a beastman like me." Adelia did not think so. She said, "Because Ypres is a special case. You have the special ability to be sensitive to other people's emotions. Even if you lie, you can translate penguin language. So my father hired you, but you also understand my feelings to some extent. What if I am discovered to be a beastman and abandoned?" Hanu, while being punished, still enjoyed eavesdropping and curiously asked, "But Miss Leah, how can you speak so fluently? If you are really Renos' penguin, you only recently became human." Adelia was extremely annoyed and irritated when she heard that, "So I can't speak fluently." Ypres quickly corrected, "Hanu, my miss is a genius, you know. Do you know how smart she was even when she was a penguin? Both her thoughts and actions were different from ordinary animals. Even then, she was no different from a human." Adelia thought to herself, "Because I am really a human from another world. 2 people have already found out. I have to be more careful in the future." Hearing Adelia say that, Hanu wondered, "Besides me, has anyone else found out?" Adelia confirmed, "Yes, that person recognized me because of my hair." Hanu, kneeling for a long time, was tired all over. He said with trembling, "How can you fool someone who has looked at his wife with loving eyes all his life? If it is someone Miss Leah has to use honorifics with, could it be?" Without needing to hear Hanu finish, Adelia sighed and said, "The head of the whale family found out yesterday." Hanu was extremely shocked and traumatized, but he did not say anything. On the contrary, he welcomed me and was very happy. Ypres also asked an innocent question. "I wonder if Sir Cyrodiil's liking for penguins is hereditary." Then she excitedly said, "Anyway, miss, whatever you decide, I am on your side. If you stay here, I will resign from the magic tower and try to apply for a job at the whale family." Hanu chuckled and said, "Miss Leah, thank you for getting along with my brother. Although I might become unemployed now, not everyone can get a job at the whale family." Ypres started to feel annoyed. Then Hanu and Ypres started fighting and cursing at each other. Shut up, if you can do it, so can I. You tricked me, did not you? Isn't it easy to get a job at the magic tower? Is that so? Then try it, you bastard. Adelia was now more optimistic. She thought to herself, although Hanu finding out was unexpected. Since Hanu is Ypres' relative, he is quite trustworthy. Primo also knows my identity, so he definitely won't report it. So the only thing left now is just get their help. And plan to save the main character in the hunting competition next week. Time flew by quickly, and the day of the hunting competition arrived. Actually, I have been looking forward to the female lead, Anemone, appearing somehow, because even though it is a little different, it can still follow the original story in the end. But there is no chance. According to Ypres, she said, Anemone, with her bright eyes looking for you like that, will definitely not participate in the hunting competition. I have to change my plan. In the end, I really have to rescue Theodore. Can I save him? What if he marks me? But man proposes, God disposes. After a night, when she woke up, Adelia was so surprised that she fell back when she had turned back into a penguin. She cried out, "Why did I become a penguin again? No matter how I plan, I can't do anything in penguin form. Is it because I am worried that Theodore might die or mark me? What should I do? The maid will come to wake me up soon." Adelia looked at the door with fear. "No, please, let it be Mr. Primo or Knight Hanu." But the person standing outside knocking on the door was Cyrodiil. "Leah, I am coming in. I want to see your face before I go." Adelia was frozen at this moment. She was extremely shocked. He said he would be away for a while. "No, do not come in." Seeing that Adelia did not open the door, Cyrodiil continued to ask, "Are you sleeping? It is almost time to wake up anyway, so I will wake you up, Leah. I am coming in." Adelia now could not think of what to do. She hurried away and thought, "Just hide under the bed." Cyrodiil gently stepped inside. Adelia lay under the bed, sweating profusely. She believed she would not be discovered. He will go out soon. Cyrodiil was very surprised. Where is she? Did she go for a morning walk? Adelia closed her eyes tightly, her heart pounding. That is right, I am not here. Go away. And finally, Cyrodiil left. Adelia breathed a sigh of relief. I am alive. My heart almost jumped out. I guess I have to hide here until I turn back into a human, and I have to pretend to go for a walk like Cyrodiil said. When the tension disappears, I naturally feel sleepy. But in reality, Cyrodiil had not left yet, but was still standing outside the door. He chuckled. Then he pulled out a small sphere. It turned out that this sphere had recorded the scene of Adelia in her penguin state, hiding under the bed earlier. Cyrodiil said, I did not expect to witness such a precious scene. Leah would be very angry, she knew, but I have cast a stress-relieving spell on her, hoping she will forgive me for the picture. Anyway, the leader penguin is quite troublesome, but that is also the attractive point. Adelia was completely relieved when she safely transformed back into a human. And at the hunting competition, Cyrodiil came to the magic tower again today. Mr. Primo and Miss Bella are busy preparing for the hunting competition, so I will take this opportunity to go rescue Theodore. According to the plan. Before leaving, Adelia went to ask Miss Bella for permission. Can I go to the river nearby? Of course, I will go with Knight Hanu. Miss Bella stroked Adelia's head and gently said, You must miss the water a lot. Go and enjoy yourself. Adelia happily replied, Thank you, miss. Despite that, Miss Bella still prepared very carefully. She gave Adelia some kind of self-defense item and carefully instructed her. The river is right at the entrance to the mountain, so it will be safe. But take this with you. This is a signal flare to use in case of emergency. Adelia was very surprised to receive the signal flare. In the original story, Theodore was attacked and set off a signal flare, but the signal did not explode, as if someone had tampered with it. But Adelia thought, the more backup tools, the better. She happily took it and said to Bella, Then I will excuse myself. The scene changed to the forest. Hanu followed Adelia very closely. Noticing that someone was still following them, Hanu said, Excuse me, Miss Leah, but why did this girl suddenly appear? Ypres turned out to be still following them. She chuckled and said, Miss has given me a noble mission. Then Ypres showed the burlap sack she was carrying on her shoulder to the young miss. Here, miss. When Adelia opened the bag, both Hanu and Ypres were stunned. Adelia put on a thick brown cloak, gloves, and other things, looking very mysterious. Ypres asked in surprise, What are you going to do? Adelia did not answer, but asked, Let us leave that for later. How long does this medicine last? Ypres replied, About 15 minutes. On the right is the voice-changing medicine, and on the left is the eye color-changing medicine. Hearing that, Adelia immediately took both bottles of medicine and drank them all in one gulp. It turned out that Adelia had planned ahead. Ypres has researched being marked and found that direct physical contact is required to perform the marking. So I will completely prevent physical contact, changing both my voice and eye color to prevent any possible incidents. If so, even if the male lead wants to find me later, he won't be able to. Having gone this far, I can't be marked, right? If he marks just because he was saved, it means he can love anyone other than Anemone. That can't be called love, but just a curse disguised as a mark, even if it is none of my business. Hanu is still puzzled. Leah, why are you hiding your face? Adelia bluntly replied, I am going to commit a crime. Hanu chuckled nervously upon hearing that, becoming even more fearful. Adelia added, just kidding. I am hiding because I am afraid someone will fall in love with me at first sight. With this face, that kind of thing could happen. After that, she carefully instructed them. Night, Hanu, Ypres. From now on, no matter what I do, I hope you two will only obey my orders. Hanu wanted to vomit blood. What is it? Ypres chuckled and said. In this situation, just say yes and do not ask any questions, little brother. Hanu was quite scared. He was anxious. But I am Miss Leah's escort. If you do something dangerous, I can't obey your orders. Adelia reassured him. Don't worry, because I am the most important person in the world. I am the most precious. As long as I am safe, that is all that matters. I will absolutely not do anything dangerous. So let us go, Hanu asked again. Go where? Adelia said indifferently. Where else? Right in front of the deep forest, where the hunting competition is taking place. Hanu and Ypres were stunned upon hearing that. What you are saying is completely different from reality. Hanu reminded Adelia, do you know how dangerous it is in the forest? There are beasts as big as a house, but Adelia still confidently replied, it is okay, Knight Hanu is here. Ypres agreed. That is right, protecting the young miss is your job. Suddenly, a wild boar charged out from the bushes. Hanu shouted in panic, see, this place is full of beasts like this. The wild boar kept roaring, and Hanu immediately charged forward. Oh my god, it is not an ordinary beast. He told the two of them to step back. I will protect you. Adelia was very surprised by Knight Hanu's gallantry. Then she grabbed Ypres' hand and ran ahead into the forest. Hanu was bewildered and confused when he saw that. It seems like something is wrong. Adelia thought to herself, as an escort knight, Hanu is very sensitive to my safety, so to avoid hindering the plan, I arranged for that wild boar since Hanu and Ypres were fighting. I believe with Hanu's abilities, he can handle the forest beast quickly. Survive and see you again, Knight Hanu. Walking with Adelia, Ypres still did not understand. But why did you come so deep into the forest, miss? Adelia replied. I am looking for someone. Ypres was curious. An acquaintance, Adelia said, almost a stranger, but maybe they need my help. The content has changed a lot compared to the original. Maybe Theodore has not been attacked yet, or he has already dealt with the assassins easily. Suddenly, Ypres looked through the bushes and said to Adelia in surprise, Oh my god, someone is bleeding and fainted, Adelia gasped worriedly. Where? It was Theodore. Seeing that he was not moving, Ypres thought, Is he dead? Adelia said, I will go check. Ypres felt very bewildered. What? How? Adelia's face turned pale and she said, There is a magic that can determine if someone is alive or dead. Suddenly Theodore coughed up blood. A lot of blood. Adelia confirmed with certainty. He is still breathing, but I can't rest assured yet. There are still major dangerous factors. The assassin's attack might still be lurking nearby, or Knight Hanu might have let the forest beast escape. If not, then opening my eyes at the right moment, tripping over a small stone and falling, the power of the original is just cliché. It could be another time, but definitely not today. After thinking for a long time, Adelia sighed and stood up, saying to Ypres, I am going. Ypres asked in bewilderment. To that person. Before Adelia left, Ypres said a few words. Miss, I do not know what your plan is, but there must be a deep reason. I believe in you, miss. Then the two of them looked at each other without saying anything. Adelia thought to herself, there is one thing I have always wondered about, something that has been bothering me in these transmigration stories. Why do not the main characters reveal to those who are willing to sacrifice their lives for them that they are transmigrators? If it were me, I would probably tell them everything. Adelia seemed to be awakened. She confessed to Ypres, once we get out of here, I will tell you everything. Let us go eat something delicious together. I will officially apologize to Knight Hanu. But Adelia was not brave enough to say everything she was thinking. Ypres was bewildered. Once we get out of here, then what? But Adelia said, maybe I should not say the latter part. Anyway, I will save that person. Ypres said with a sad face. Will you be okay? Adelia suggested. If you are worried, you can come closer. Ypres agreed. I understand. If you feel danger, give me a signal immediately. After covering herself completely, Adelia slowly stepped closer to Theodore. Seeing his haggard and exhausted face, Adelia had to exclaim, "Oh my god, did he fight the assassins in this condition? He can't move like that, he must have been poisoned. Before transmigrating, I was hospitalized for a long time, so I think I have gotten used to other people's pain. This is serious, I have to use half a bottle of Ceradel's elixir." Then Adelia slowly poured the elixir onto Theodore's wound. Miraculously, the deep stab wound on his skin was gradually healing. Adelia was very happy. The effect of the elixir is amazing. It is truly a fantasy world. The only thing left now is to detoxify him. But at this moment, Theodore woke up. He grabbed Adelia's wrist and asked, "What are you doing?" Adelia was startled when she was discovered and thought, he is already awake. But she still had to calm down and ask him, "Is that how you treat your savior? What is with that grabbing?" But Theodore was very cold. He shouted, "I did not ask for your help." Adelia argued back, "So you intend to die here? This is not poison. While I am still being nice?" But before she could finish, Theodore interrupted, "Go away." Adelia was extremely angry, her blood boiling. This arrogant bastard. She thought back, I had to listen to undeserved insults and beg in a degrading way to get half a bottle of elixir to save him. This morning, I almost had my true identity discovered by Ceradel. Moreover, Knight Hanu is in trouble. I can't stand it anymore. Adelia could not tolerate him anymore. She flared up and shouted at him, "You arrogant bastard, drink it. It was hard for me to get here. Do you think I will let you die?" Theodore was a little scared now. "What are you doing?" But Adelia pressed on his mouth, forcing him to open it. Then she poured the antidote into his mouth. When Theodore finished drinking, Adelia finally breathed a sigh of relief. Now he believed it. It seems like it is really not poison. Seeing his reaction, Adelia was very suspicious. Suddenly, Theodore reached out towards Adelia. The bottle in her hand fell and rolled on the ground. Theodore pulled her closer. Despite wearing a mask, Adelia could not help but tremble. Seeing the situation at this moment, she was thinking of a certain dreamlike scenario. Youth is really energetic. But Theodore asked, "What is your name?" Adelia was startled and gasped, "What the hell is this cliché guy doing?" Theodore looked at Adelia with sincere eyes and asked, "What is your name?" Adelia could not believe it. What the hell is this cliché guy doing? No, I will be marked at this rate. She was so scared that she shouted Ypres' name. Russ, hearing her, Ypres rushed out from the bushes. Ypres, holding her umbrella tightly, charged straight at Theodore. She shouted at him, "Get your hands off my miss." Theodore was so stunned that he did not even blink. He was sweating profusely, not understanding what was happening anymore. Then Ypres beat him black and blue, leaving him without a single piece of armor. After Ypres finished fighting, Adelia was panting and worried. Oh no. At this time, Ypres anxiously asked, "Miss, is not this Mr. Theodore of the Wolf family?" Adelia replied, "Yes." Ypres was curious again. Then the strange phenomenon just now, that look. Adelia did not need to hear Ypres finish to understand. She replied, "Maybe you are right." Ypres was excited. "Oh my god, is the mark created that way? Moreover, the target is Miss Leah, the lifesaver. How romantic." Adelia sighed in frustration. "First I have to check if I have been marked. It seems like you fainted while marking me. Moreover, look at my clothes, there could not have been any physical contact." Ypres said, "There must be something strange, because the mark only appears when skin touches skin." Adelia realized, "Now that you mention it, you were the one who provided the information about the mark. But wait, that information, who did you hear it from?" Seeing the young miss staring at her like that, Ypres slightly turned her head to the other side and replied, "My ex-lover." Adelia was curious. "Did he mark your body?" Ypres chuckled and said, "He was not my only lover." "What do you mean, miss?" Adelia pondered to herself. That person is the head of the Information Guild, so that information seems accurate. Adelia continued to ask, "Do you know anything else about the mark?" Ypres replied, "Ah, I heard this from an ex-lover who is working at the Wolf family. The beastmen of the Wolf family, after completing the marking, will have a moon pattern under their collarbone. Can't we just check that?" Adelia was overjoyed when she heard that. "That is right, we can do that." Adelia complimented Ypres. "As expected, you are more reliable than Knight Hanu." "Thank you." Ypres pretended to be shy and said, "Honestly, it is nothing. I am naturally more useful than that idiot." Adelia did not hesitate any longer, but ran towards the unconscious Theodore. She twisted his neck to check if there was a moon pattern. Fortunately, there was not. Adelia breathed a sigh of relief. As expected. "I went this far. How could he mark me?" Ypres teased. "Too bad, I was looking forward to a love triangle." Adelia got goosebumps all over her body. Ypres had come up with a perfect love drama, two men courting the young miss who suddenly turned into a human. A young, handsome, rich, and crazy man. And a wolf beastman who has marked his lifesaver. The young miss is having a headache, not knowing which side to choose. Just hearing this made Adelia shudder in fear. She told Russ, "Stop imagining things." "Who are you pairing me up with?" Ypres still insisted, but Miss Sir Cyrodiil has more potential, does not. There are rumors that Sir Cyrodiil of the whale family has fallen for you. Adelia was not too concerned. She said, "He is just showing interest because we are the same species. He thought I was a killer whale." Ypres continued, "If he knew you were a penguin, he might like you even more. You know, miss, he is a penguin fanatic, crazy about penguins." Adelia turned to leave. "Let us see. He will probably hate me a lot when he finds out I deceived him later. Anyway, that is a matter for the future. Now Theodore has been saved, and I have not been marked, so that is good." Then she took out the signal flare. She thought, "I have set off the signal flare. The waiting knights will take Theodore away soon." Then she told Ypres, "Let us go down the mountain." On the way down the mountain, Adelia met Hanu again. Hanu was exhausted all over and reproached. "Adelia, you are too much." Adelia felt very guilty. She said, "I am sorry, Hanu. You have worked hard. Although there was no other way, my conscience still feels remorseful." Ypres at this point had already run home ahead by another route. Hanu said, with a sullen face, "I would rather you take me along and leave my brother behind." Adelia awkwardly realized. "Is that what you wanted?" Hanu complained. "Do you know how much I blamed myself when I could not find you when the signal flare went off?" Adelia cheerfully told him, "No, you did your job well. You protected me from the wild boar." Hanu said, "I just did what I had to do." But Adelia clapped her hands and praised him. "No, it is amazing. Moreover, you handled it very quickly. Although you got lost, you were still very amazing." Hanu was embarrassed and happy to be praised. "It is nothing, if you keep overpraising me like that." Adelia thought to herself, completely opposite personalities, but just as cute as Ypres. From now on, I will replace nagging with praise for Knight Hanu. When she returned to the competition venue, Adelia was extremely surprised by the scene in front of her. She did not understand what was happening. "Are they gathering?" Bella was pacing back and forth, lost in thought and worried. Suddenly, she looked forward in surprise. "Leah," Bella rushed towards her. "We were looking for you." Leah was also startled by Bella's panic. "Looking for me?" "Yes," Bella asked anxiously. "Yes. Where is your signal flare?" Leah hesitated. This was the first time she had seen Bella so flustered. My signal flare?" "Here it is." Leah slowly pulled out Theodore's spare signal flare. "Was she worried about me?" Bella sighed in relief. Thank goodness, I thought that signal flare was yours, so I was very worried. I was about to go look for you." Leah was surprised by Bella's unusual concern, her warm eyes and voice. She was genuinely worried about her. "Do I deserve such affection when I have unintentionally deceived her?" Adelia grew more afraid. Bella cared because she thought she was a killer whale. What would happen if the truth about her being a penguin was revealed? "Leah, are you all right?" "Leah, are you hurt anywhere?" "No," she replied shyly, turning back. "I do not know why, but I am a little scared. Scared that one day they will discover my true identity and leave in disappointment." "How long can an ordinary beastkin maintain their human form?" Adelia probed Bella. She thought for a moment, then exclaimed, "Oh dear, I forgot to tell you. You must have been anxious about when you would turn back. Although there are differences, it is usually about a month. I heard Cyrodiil say your ability to transform is not completely stable yet, right?" "Yes," Adelia said with a gloomy face. "This morning I suddenly transformed unexpectedly." "All right, Leah. There is going to be a succession ceremony at the Eagle clan. When the party is over, go straight back to the Whale clan's territory." Bella added, "You can transform more comfortably there." Adelia froze. If I go there, they will definitely find out I am a penguin. A man appeared right behind her, and she immediately looked at him pleadingly. "But no," he grinned cheerfully. "It is going to be fun. I am going too." Bella frowned in disapproval. "No, you have to stay here and take care of things. You have only been back in the territory for a week." Leah was also speechless. He is happy about this. He even clasped his hands together and pleaded, "But honey, would not it be better if I went to the territory and helped Leah transform? It would be really good." He even made a cute face. Leah turned away, looking bored. "He promised to keep it a secret last time." He did nod. "I promised to keep it a secret until you reveal your identity yourself," she recalled. "And did he help keep it? I have been wondering where Cyrodiil gets his playful nature from. Turns out it is from him." "Make way!" a shout echoed. "Emergency patient, get a doctor." Several knights were carrying a stretcher. On top was a man in royal attire. Everyone crowded around to see. Oh my goodness, is not that the wolf clan's son? Master Theodore could not have been attacked by a wild animal, could he? Was he ambushed? There's a large bruise on his forehead. The three of them turned to look. Theodore's bump is bigger than I thought, Leah said, sweating. In Adelia's bedroom, I can't believe the hunting competition was postponed like that. Hanu told Leah there was no other way. An attack happened during a hunting competition, meant to strengthen the bonds between clans. Leah turned back. There is no evidence of the culprit, right? Hanu nodded. It seems they found the assassins' bodies, but there are no clues. Leah was surprised. What about his condition, aside from the bruise on his forehead? He is fine. It looks like he was attacked with a fearsome blunt weapon. Leah sighed. It is a relief. He is safe. I am going to bed, Knight Hanu. Adelia ran into Cyrodiil just as she was leaving. Leah, where are you going? She looked at him sullenly. Guess. I am going to see my lover. Cyrodiil furrowed his brow. Do we have a date today? Hanu immediately rushed out. Are you two dating? Cyrodiil grinned. Didn't you know? Cyrodiil held up his hand. We even have matching rings. Matching rings? Leah was startled, remembering the past. She panicked, raising her hand to look at the ring he had given her back then. Leah took the ring off, angrily. I thought you gave it to me because you were worried. He nodded casually. I was worried about you. Then what are you doing here? She snapped. Cyrodiil explained. I came to increase the Leah concentration in my blood. When the Leah concentration drops, so does my life satisfaction level. Leah was puzzled. I just got here. How did you live before I came? Cyrodiil smiled. Let us see. Leah, should I tell you something interesting? Leah raised an eyebrow. What is it? I can only say it when it is just the two of us. Cyrodiil whispered to her. Knight Hanu, could you leave for a moment? He looked at them suspiciously. But you two look good together. Cyrodiil looked at her with sparkling eyes. Since I received half a bottle of the elixir, I will listen. Wait a minute, Knight Hanu. Finally, the door closed, and he stood outside, awkwardly. Oh yes. Actually, inside the room, Cyrodiil was shy. I have wanted to braid Leah's hair for a long time. It has been so long since I have seen someone with the same hair color as my mother, so it feels magical. He prepared all of this just for my hair. Adelia frowned. She also touched her own hair. I have not had time to care for my long hair either. Cyrodiil smiled expectantly. Leave it to me. I am quite skilled. He gently touched her hair. So shall we begin? Cyrodiil's expression was gentle. He slowly and skillfully styled Adelia's hair. Even she was surprised. It is just hair, but why is he touching it so carefully? Finally, the finished product appeared. It is done. It is beautiful. Leah stared at herself in the mirror in awe. This could have been done by someone else, but I am very happy to have braided your hair myself. Cyrodiil chuckled. Leah turned to look at him. Then, braid it again tomorrow. Her face flushed slightly. Cyrodiil stared back at her, stunned. I will braid it for you again tomorrow. He laughed with delight. Strange, Adelia thought to herself. Looking at Cyrodiil's eyes, I feel like no matter what form I am in, his feelings for me will never change. What a wishful thought. She turned back to him, looking pensive. It feels like Cyrodiil's feelings for me will never change. What a wishful thought. It might change when he finds out I am not a killer whale. Adelia pursed her lips. But even if it changes someday. Thank you, Sue. Right now, I just hope he will keep smiling at me. Cyrodiil smiled at her. Yes, see you tomorrow, Leah. Not long after, with her resolve at the hunting competition, I told Russ everything. From the reincarnation to the fact that I read a book about this world. Russ was surprised, but also a bit confused. So my lady, were you this cute in your previous life? Are that idiot and I safe until the end of the story? Do you know the winning lottery numbers? Russ rattled off a series of questions. Adelia was speechless. They have a lottery here too. After a long explanation, Russ finally believed her. She laughed loudly. That explains why a penguin is so intelligent and extraordinary. My questions about the perpetrator at the hunting competition are also answered. Adelia smiled, blushing. Thank you for believing me, Russ. She also thought to herself, the fact that this is the world in a novel can be confusing for others, but the way Russ accepted it is truly admirable. Adelia, flustered, rested her chin on her hand and said, but I do not remember which clan attacked Theodore. Russ comforted her. Saving him is what matters. More importantly, we should find a way to avoid going to the whale clan's territory. Actually, now that you mention it, there is something I want to confirm, so I will just say it. Russ was confused. Confirm what, my lady? She nodded. I need to confirm Cyrodiil's identity. The incident at the hunting competition confirmed that what happens in the book will actually happen. If so, the extinction of pureblood humans due to the epidemic is unavoidable. I need more information to prepare for this, Adelia shared. About that, Russ hesitated. Does that have anything to do with Master Cyrodiil's identity? I do not know, Adelia shook her head. The Whale Clan does not appear much in the novel. So why are you looking into Master Cyrodiil's identity? Adelia was not convinced. Because I suspect. Look at Cyrodiil's face, she exclaimed. He is at least a supporting character, right? His abilities are nothing to scoff at either. Russ also pondered. I do not want to admit it, but it is true. Adelia sighed and continued. And in the novel, only humans can use magic. I will go to the Whale Clan's territory to find out when whale beasts can learn to use magic. But Russ became worried. My lady, do you think Master Cyrodiil is behind everything? Adelia's expression fell. I do not know. I feel like something's not right, so I want to verify it. That is right, Russ agreed. There is something I have been wondering about for a while now. Even top predator beastkin are terrified in front of him, but my lady is not afraid at all. Adelia had never thought about it. What, I can't imagine that, Adelia replied. He is just a creepy stalker. Russ misunderstood Leah's meaning. What do you mean? Just thinking about it makes me shudder. It is something any beastkin would feel instinctively. She hesitated and continued, but even as a penguin, I have never been afraid of Cyrodiil, or any other beastkin. So could it be? Russ was startled. Adelia, the penguin's special ability is fearlessness. Fear does not affect me. Adelia shook her head in denial. That is not it. Hearing that, Russ's expression turned sullen. Master Primo was very surprised that I have a mama. Beastkin normally do not have mamas. So it is highly likely that my special ability is related to my mama. I will look into that later, she concluded. Anyway, the important thing now is to gather as much information as possible to prevent the epidemic and save my father. Russ affectionately took her hand. I will do my best to help you, so do not worry. I have also made many pureblood human friends while working at the magic tower, so I can't let them die. Russ. She looked at her, moved. So what should we do now? Russ declared resolutely. I think if we can't stop the epidemic, we have to find someone who can create an antidote. Is there a hidden master somewhere who specializes in making medicine? Someone talented, but considered crazy or eccentric? Of course, it will be difficult to find such a person, Adelia muttered, while Russ just pursed her lips silently. I might know someone like that. Russ's sudden seriousness startled her. Since this person holds the information of many people, I will go meet them. But Russ, that person. I am fine, Russ reassured her. Because you trust me and told me everything, I will reciprocate. Just like how you protected me, my lady. This time, Adelia's eyes teared up. I will protect you, my lady. Russ hugged her tightly. How could I forget? There is someone who loves me, no matter what I am. Russ. Adelia hugged her back tightly. It was indeed the right choice to meet you again, Ypres. She smiled brightly. Really? My lady, everything will be all right. Russ was walking alone towards the alley, lost in thought. Actually, my lady may seem indifferent, but she is very perceptive. It seemed like she was very worried just now. I wanted to stay and help, but someone blocked Ypres's path. Hello. Russ looked up, startled. You used to wander around looking for your master, but you look much more relaxed now. Aren't you looking for your master anymore? Russ was shocked. I did not sense anyone coming. She bowed warily. Greetings, Master Cyrodiil. Since when have you been here? And what about you, Master Cyrodiil? Have you given up? You liked my master that much. Huh. Cyrodiil smiled brightly. Why would I go looking? Leah is safe at my house. Russ froze for a moment. What, you knew, since when? From the beginning. I knew it was Leah just by looking. Russ screamed internally. If my lady finds out about this. When are you planning to quit your job at the magic tower? Don't you want to be by your master's side? Ypres evaded the question. I have already submitted my resignation. It is just that I am afraid leaving will expose my lady's identity because of me. Cyrodiil said openly. Leave that to me. Come to the Whale Clan. I will give you the position of Leah's maid. Russ became even more wary. I am happy to hear that, but why is Master Cyrodiil interfering in this matter? He also gave a mysterious smile. Because I think Leah will be more stable with you by her side. Lately, she seems to be worried about a lot of things. Strange. I used to only feel fear towards this man, but his expression when talking about Lady Leah is not scary at all. Although I do not know which is real, but for now, I should stay by my lady's side. Russ pondered and finally agreed. All right, I will go to the Whale Clan. Cyrodiil put a finger to his lips, signaling secrecy. Good. And one more thing. Keep this conversation a secret from Leah. That is not good, Ypres grumbled. Do you think I will keep secrets from Lady Leah? He hesitated. It is okay to tell her, but... Aren't you curious? Cyril revealed a mischievous expression. Leah's reaction, when she finds out, I know she is a penguin. My lady's expression at that moment. The range of emotions flashed through her mind. Shock, embarrassment, panic. Russ could not help but exclaim, that is so cute. The two finally shook hands, forming an alliance. If my lady happens to be discovered while I am away, please record that moment in detail. Cyril smiled and nodded. I will take pictures as evidence. The carriage was speeding down the street. Adelia rested her chin on her hand, looking out the window. Russ seems quite far from that person, huh? As soon as she finished speaking, she thought to herself, well, he is her ex-boyfriend, so he probably moved as far away as possible. She turned back and asked, any news from the castle? Russ suddenly exclaimed, oh, right. I heard that Master Theodore has not left his room since the hunting competition ended. It is highly likely he won't appear at the Eagle clan succession ceremony. Adelia was surprised. Wasn't his injury minor? My lady, actually I have not given up yet. What? Adelia frowned. About the marking? Russ said shyly. Knight Hanu, next to her, widened his eyes. Marking? What marking? Don't tell me it is between you and Master Theodore. Adelia frowned. Forget it. It is just a mark. But if my lady hears this story, she will think differently. Russ said bashfully. Hanu frowned beside her. Are you going to tell the legend of the Beastkin's origin again? Adelia's curiosity was piqued. The legend of the Beastkin's origin. What is it? Tell me. She wondered, is it related to the original novel? It is a famous story among Beastkin. Legend has it that the first Beastkin was a wolf. Once upon a time, there was a black wolf that fell in love with a human. To be with that person, the black wolf made a pact with the devil to become human. Their love came true, but a pact with the devil always comes with a price. That price was... The wolf had to pass on the emotions it felt for its lover, to all its descendants. That is the mark unique to wolves, Russ said excitedly. When they see the person they are marked to, wolves get excited and their hearts race. Adelia was confused. What did the descendants do wrong? But that is just the story about the mark. What about the origin of Beastkin? Hanu sighed. That is, in the latter part. The legend does not have a happy ending. The black wolf and its lover got married. But humans did not accept them. The persecution became increasingly severe. One day, their child was killed by humans. That day, the black wolf sought out the devil again. It roared, please let Beastkin fill the continent, so that humans can never persecute us again. From then on, even ordinary animals transformed into humans. Adelia asked worriedly, a deal with the devil always comes with a price. So what was the price of that wish? Hanu continued to explain, Beastkin can't maintain their human form for more than a certain period. And the black wolf, having directly communicated with the devil, has a shorter transformation time than ordinary Beastkin. That sounds plausible. Isn't it true? The carriage slowly came to a stop. Could that be it? Russ looked out the window. Ah, we're here. The town was quite peaceful in the late afternoon. Russ observed for a while. Then she turned to Adelia. Leave this to me. I will have to lie a little. She looked at Hanu. Hey, protect my lady properly. I know that even without you telling me. He frowned. This is... Leah was excited. Ypres's Information Guild, where that person is... An unfamiliar face looked down from above. He frowned and spoke, who is looking for me? Adelia, with sparkling eyes, looked on excitedly. This is it, Ypres's Information Guild, where that person is... The door opened with a jingle of the bell. The man greeted them warmly. Please come in. What would you like to drink? Suddenly, his eyes widened in surprise. You are... Russ appeared before him with a serious expression. Yes, it is me. Quickly take me to Jack. Russ followed the man down into the basement. He also instructed, from here on, the two people with you are not allowed to enter. Please wait until Miss Russ comes out. Russ replied sternly. They are my people. The two people behind her peeked out curiously. That is still not allowed. Russ's expression suddenly changed, becoming dejected. Why are you acting so differently than before? Did Jack tell you to do this? He panicked. No, he cares about you, Miss Russ. He compromised. Anyway, since only Miss Russ is reporting, the others will be refused entry. He shuffled over and opened the basement door. I do not know what will happen if you do, he warned beforehand. Adelia rejoiced. We are finally in. Leah said excitedly to Russ. I am so nervous, but this place looks dangerous, does not it? If anything happens, that black bull will protect us. Hanu was also nervous. Don't say dangerous. Okay. I have the ring Suradel gave me. She touched the necklace. And Knight Hanu is here too, so it should be fine. Suddenly, a sharp sword flew towards them. It lunged swiftly towards Adelia. Knight Hanu pushed her out of the way just in time, blocking the sword with his own body. Leah, are you alright? She stared, wide-eyed. That was close, Russ scolded the man. What are you doing? The man, whose arm was broken, exclaimed in panic. That is why I said anyone who enters will be refused. He also reminded the masked figure. They are with Miss Russ. Stop. Russ continued to yell. You said they would be refused entry, not that they would be attacked. What if my lady gets hurt? The man became even more panicked. Wait, my lady, she is a noble. You knew my background and still believed that. Forget it. Russ said angrily. Your boss will be held responsible for this mistake. So this is Russ's person in real life. Since he is the guildmaster, I imagined him to be tall and imposing. Is it that room? Wait, if the door is still open? Inside, the blonde man was giving orders to his subordinates. All right, tell me. After hearing it, he panicked. Does this outfit look better, or the one from earlier? How should I greet her? Should I hold a file to look cool? What kind of expression should I make? The two eavesdropping from behind also froze. The man ran ahead. I want to impress Russ. The two people behind him shared the same thought. I thought the guildmaster would be intimidating. They murmured, he does not look so bad on the outside, but he is a bit incompetent. What a shame for Russ. Hanu also wondered, does she always date men like this? Russ gritted her teeth. You are still as pathetic as ever, Jack. Russ. Jack became even more flustered. You came. Jack turned to greet her, but Russ simply ignored him. Enough. How dare you almost hurt my lady? Russ rebuked him. Jack, flustered and speechless, stammered, that? Russ, let us talk first. She still glared at him. I have no intention of talking to you, so just accept the mission. Russ pulled Adelia in front of him. This is the client. Do you know who this is? He would not dare touch Russ, she thought to herself. But I am curious about something. After Mr. Reynos's penguin disappeared, I was really happy to receive Russ's letter. I put all my effort into finding that penguin, hoping Russ would forgive my mistake. But at some point, I noticed you stopped searching and started spending time with the orca, Leah thought to herself. As the head of the Information Guild, were you so captivated by Russ that you did not realize you were the penguin? Jack turned and reproached. Adelia, what did you do to make Russ forget about the penguin so quickly? Leah was speechless. Is he jealous of me? Adelia took the opportunity to hug Russ. Your ex-boyfriend, or me, Russ, did not quite understand Leah's intention, but still replied, Of course, it is the young lady. Jack was aghast. Russ, you promised to marry me. Why are you choosing someone you have known for less than half a month without hesitation? Hey, Jack, Russ bristled. I am not here to listen to your complaints. If you are not taking the mission, I will leave. Leah was also stunned. This is the first time I have seen Russ like this. The wound Jack inflicted must be very deep. I will take it, Jack hastily agreed. I will provide as much information as possible. But according to the Guild's rules, mission consultations must be conducted one-on-one with the client. Adelia pondered. Just me and him. Don't say such nonsense. Adelia turned and pleaded with Russ. It is okay, Russ. I will go. But if anything happens to me, you must avenge me, okay? Of course, Russ affirmed. I will turn Jack's X into XX with XX. Behind them, Knight Hanu agreed. The door suddenly closed. Jack's servant outside instructed her, the guild master has gone in ahead to prepare. The inside has been soundproofed, so you can talk freely. Leah was surprised. What are they going to talk about that requires such measures? You two talk comfortably. Adelia entered the closed room, observing everything. Jack frowned. You. Adelia panicked, stepping back. What is this? The atmosphere suddenly changed. She clutched Suradel's ring tightly. What should I do? If I scream, they will hear me immediately. Please help me. Please help me get back together with... When she heard Jack ask for her help to reunite with Russ, Leah was astonished. What? What can I do to help? If you want to see Russ again, just say what she wants. What Russ wants from Jack is trust. From what I've heard from Russ, she was sincere enough to even consider marrying Jack. However, Jack hid his race and even lied because he could not bear it, so she eventually left him. Leah asked Jack, why did you hide your race from Russ? Jack explained. Because it was clear Russ would be disappointed if she knew what kind of beastman I am. I am the complete opposite of Russ's ideal type. Leah looked at Jack and said, Russ has an ideal type. It is someone with fierce, unpredictable eyes, filled with madness, and strong hands that can withstand the cold. Hearing this, Leah suddenly realized, It sounds like he's describing the penguin Adelia. But if that is the case, Jack has gentle eyes and soft hands, right? Jack continued. My race is very useful in running the Intelligence Guild. I have always been proud of and loyal to my race, but now... Leah pondered and contributes actively to the Intelligence Guild. If it is an animal good at gathering information, then... A bird hears words spoken by day. A mouse hears words spoken by night. Could he be a mouse beast man? Exactly. I am a field mouse beast man. Leah was shocked. Huh? Then Leah advised Jack, don't worry. Just tell Russ what kind of beastman you are. You two dated for so long, and you did not know. Russ is crazy about cute things. Jack wondered, then why a penguin? Leah was indignant. Are penguins not cute? That is not what I meant. Russ hates small animals. When she encounters a small animal, she does not even look at it, let alone pet it. She can't pet them. Her strength could hurt them. And the turning away is because she is too excited by how cute they are. Leah spoke up. So even though she did not like you as a human, I am sure she will like your animal form. Really, but now Russ probably won't even listen to me. Leah immediately said, I will try to create an opportunity. In return, please fulfill my request. Really, as long as I can talk to Russ, I will tell you anything. Can you find the person who created the cure for the infectious disease? Since there is not much time left, I need someone truly excellent. If it is a cure, they must be skilled in alchemy, so that beastman might be suitable, right? Leah immediately asked. Which beastman? It is a weasel beastman. Famous for his genius alchemy, but he suddenly abandoned everything and left in a hurry. Leah asked Jack, where did he go? To the whale clan's territory. The whale clan's territory. Like whales whose habitat is Whale Island, most beastmen live in places they find familiar and comfortable. But why would a weasel go to an island in the middle of the ocean? Jack took out a piece of paper and handed it to Leah. This is a map of the last place the weasel beastman was seen. Anyway, this gives us another reason to go to the whale clan's territory, right? Jack hesitated. So now? Leah immediately said, all right, I have to keep my word. Suddenly, Russ and Hanu entered. Both Jack and Leah were startled. Russ quickly asked, yes, miss, has your request been resolved satisfactorily? Leah replied, yes, quickly. Can I ask you a favor? Can you listen to what Jack has to say just once? Russ stammered, what? Russ, really, just for a moment. Russ sighed and said, I have received a lot of help recently, so I will see. Hearing Leah say Jack was a mouse beast man, Russ exclaimed, what? He tried to hide his identity because he thought you did not like small animals, and he did not dare tell you for fear that you would leave him. Russ turned around. All right, I will give you a chance. If you still like me, try to seduce me and see. Jack jumped for joy, overjoyed. Good luck. I will just watch. At this moment, Russ imagined picking up the mouse beastman and kissing him. A few days later, the night before the Eagle Clan's banquet, Leah was annoyed because her hair was a mess. Cyrodiil, who had been diligently braiding her hair, was extremely satisfied with his work. This is bad. I need to ask someone for help. Leah hurried out to find someone to help untangle her hair. But as she was walking, she suddenly stopped. Cyrodiil asked Leah, you are not asleep yet. I was about to go to sleep, but where are you going? I am going to the Wolf Clan. Leah asked. At this hour, Cyrodiil replied, I plan to use magic to treat Theodore. Healing magic? The injury from the hunting competition has not fully healed yet. If Sue uses healing magic, he should recover quickly. First of all, Cyrodiil interrupted Leah. Yes? Leah, take responsibility. Responsibility for what? Leah grumbled. Give me back my hair. Cyrodiil joked. If silver is fine, take mine. Leah said as she ran after Cyrodiil. That is not it. Leah ran very fast and did not pay attention to the stairs. Unfortunately, Leah tripped. I am going to fall. Luckily, as Leah fell, Cyrodiil rushed out and caught her just in time. You have to be careful, Leah. What if you get hurt? Leah said fearfully. Thank you. As a penguin, my body has a lot of fat, so even if I fall, it does not hurt at all. Falling is an everyday occurrence. Seeing that Cyrodiil was still holding her tightly, Leah pushed him away. Thank you, but can you let go now? I am sorry, my hands won't move. Leah angrily said, if you do not let go, I will bite you. Then bite this cheek. Leah was furious, pushing Cyrodiil away and cursing, you crazy? Don't say such strange things. Help me untangle this. Cyrodiil spoke up. Your hair is tangled, is not it? It became like this because I tried to untangle what you tied. Cyrodiil replied, you should call a maid. It must hurt a lot. You know I do not have a personal maid. Cyrodiil said to Leah, I know someone who is very capable. I will introduce you. That person's name is Ypres. Originally a beast man working in magic, but they decided to come to our family. Leah turned and asked, Ypres. Cyrodiil immediately said, I heard she is Hanu's younger sister. That way, you can quickly become close, right? Leah thought, if she works in magic and is Hanu's younger sister, she must be Russ. This is a great opportunity. If she is Hanu's younger sister, she must be trustworthy. That is right, is not it? As a beastman, she will understand what you want. What do you think if you say so? Then it is decided that she will be your personal maid. If the work is assigned tomorrow, she can start the day after. Okay, I understand. Now I can be with Russ in the whale clan. Cyrodiil gently took Leah's hair tie and slowly brought it up to his nose to smell. Leah, your scent is so pleasant. I do not smell anything. On the contrary, the fragrance comes from you. Cyrodiil smiled. Usually we can't smell our own scent. Oh, right, I have decided to go to the whale clan's territory right after the banquet ends tomorrow. Before I go, I will give you a gift. Please wait for it. Leah's eyes widened in surprise. A gift. To attend the banquet of a great clan like the Eagles, you have to be the head of the family or the successor. The thought of being alone in the whale clan makes me feel a little lonely. But what is it I am looking forward to it? The next morning, at Leah's house. What? I can attend the Eagle clan's banquet? I have not been formally introduced at the hunting competition yet. How about I attend this time as Cyrodiil's dance partner? If I go to the banquet, will I be able to see Father? And Leah immediately agreed, yes, I want to go. Father also occasionally attends banquets in the Magic Tower. I can receive a gift and see Father too. Perfect. So will you dance with me? For the second dance, choose me. Okay. But I have never danced before. Since I have danced before, it will be fine. If I knew you would agree so readily, I would have asked you sooner. It is a good thing I prepared a suitable dress for you, just in case. This time, it will be very busy. What? This is the first time I have seen Bella look so scary. Busy. At the grand and splendid banquet of the Eagle clan, Leah's feet lightly stepped inside. Her hand tightly grasped Cyrodiil's. To get here, it has been a tiring time. I have been so busy that I have not even received the gift Cyrodiil prepared. Where is Father? Leah, who are you looking for? Leah replied. No, I am just a little surprised because this is my first time in a place with so many people. It seems Father could not come, because he is busy looking for me. I thought I could meet him at the banquet. The time I have been away from home is longer than I thought. He must be very worried. I thought about leaving a letter, but if it is Father, he will definitely track me down with magic. I have to think of another way. What is going on? Leah was startled when she saw Theodore. Why does he have that expression? Why is he here? And the two sides met. Could it be that he found out about what happened at the hunting competition? Is that why he came to question me? Theodore and Cyrodiil stared at each other. Theodore's gaze at Cyrodiil was full of hostility, and Cyrodiil's gaze was the same. Theodore's hand tightened. He growled, You X. Leah was frightened. What? Theodore's hand tightened. He growled, You X. Leah was frightened. What? Cyrodiil and Leah stood dumbfounded as Theodore walked away. Leah whispered to Cyrodiil, Did he go crazy from hitting his head during the hunting competition? Cyrodiil said, It seems that way, huh? Aren't you angry? The heir of another clan suddenly came to curse at you and left. Leah, would you be angry if an ant walked by, glared at you, and cursed? He is the male lead, yet he is being compared to an ant. Could it be that yesterday, when you went to the wolf clan, you did something to Theodore besides healing him with magic? Nothing else. And I got his consent. Then why did he act like that? Damn it, I marked Cyrodiil, did not, So what did Cyrodiil do last night to heal him with magic? The sweet scent when he came to the wolf clan. Moreover, that ring. I am sure I saw it at the hunting competition. The day of the hunting competition. For the first time, the mark did not feel like a curse. I have been waiting for this day for a long time. If I could continue to feel this way, I would even sell my soul to the devil. However, before I could recognize the person bearing my mark, I fainted. When I woke up, I naturally thought the mark had been engraved, but the moon mark, the symbol of the wolf beastman's mark, did not appear. It turns out that, to successfully engrave the mark, two conditions must be met, eye contact and physical contact. But because the physical contact condition was not met, the mark was not complete. Because of this, I suffered a severe fever after the hunting competition. As the heir of the wolf clan, I can't show my weakness. Even though I receive temporary treatment with magic, I won't be able to escape this fever until the mark is fully engraved. But if the target of the mark is Cyrodiil, then, in the hallway of the wolf clan mansion, Theodore went to see his mother. Please stop searching for the target of the mark. Theodore's mother said, Theo, you are back. And what are you suddenly talking about? If the mark is not engraved right now, your life could be in danger. I will find another way at all costs. I know you have an aversion to the marking, but I thought you would accept it after experiencing the fever. Looking at your attitude, I am afraid further persuasion will only make you dislike it more. Even if it is a secret, I must find the target of the mark. Meanwhile, at the banquet hall, Leah looked around. Sue just left for a while. What should I do now? Suddenly, Miss Bella appeared. Ah, Leah, can you come here for a moment? Leah asked Miss Bella, is something the matter? Ms. Bella led Leah to introduce her to the noble ladies. Sorry for the late greeting. This is Leah, the one the whale clan is protecting this time. Is this the child you brought to the hunting competition before? Looking at that hair, she must be an orca. Truly beautiful. You must be happy to have another person of the same race. Leah thought, I thought I would only be introduced to a few nobles, but the ladies of such powerful families. What will happen when the whale clan appears later? Moreover, since Bella's child has silver hair, it has been a long time since I have seen hair like this. Bella said, that is right. As everyone knows, our son is a little different from ordinary beastmen. Oh no, that is not it. Isn't it a good thing that there are no predators on him? That is right. Incredibly strong, and does not need to fear anyone. So, have you considered connecting this child with your son? No, Sir Adele does not seem to have any intention of getting married. Besides, what is the point of me forcing them to connect? I fully support Leah choosing anyone as her partner. The noble ladies started boasting about their sons. My second son happens to be an excellent child. No, it is my son. What about friends? The social skills of our daughters are truly... It seems that the whale clan is truly wonderful. Everyone is trying to establish a relationship with them. Thank you, everyone. But because her ability to transform between animal and human form is still immature, we try to limit her contact with people from other clans. I see. The reason they reacted like this is because the transformation between animal and human form is directly related to the survival of beastmen. When beastmen die, their bodies remain in the form they were in at the time of death. In other words, if they die in animal form, it is impossible to identify who they are. Therefore, the crime rate targeting beastmen in animal form is very high, and sometimes they are even hunted. That is why they avoid contact when they hear about immature transformation abilities. Hearing this, the noble ladies hurriedly left. Then we will excuse ourselves. Leah breathed a sigh of relief. It is over. Good work, Leah. Your introduction is done. That is good. Since this is your first banquet, enjoy everything. Be careful. Now I can enjoy the delicious food and look around the banquet. However, the noble ladies were just the beginning of the challenge. Suddenly, someone came up to invite Leah to dance. Beautiful lady, if you do not have a partner, would you dance with me? Leah expressed displeasure. Sir Adele is my dance partner. You are even more beautiful than rumored. If you do not mind, could we talk on the terrace? Leah continued. I am a little shy to go alone. Can I bring Sir Adele? Suddenly, I remembered an urgent appointment. I have to go. After that, I used Sir Adele's reputation to chase away a few more. Leah ate cake while thinking, why is Sir Adele so scary? It seems they are very afraid when they hear. Anyway, it is good, but what does he usually do to make people react like that? Leah saw Sir Adele from afar, with a girl. But why is the atmosphere? Do you know what you look like right now? Like a rabbit thrown as bait to a hungry lion. Ah. So I will decline your invitation to dance. I really do not like making friends with people who are afraid of me. I like confident and proud penguins. Leah hid by the door and wondered, why did he use the penguin as an excuse? Lies. You do not want the ladies to approach you, so you deliberately spread absurd rumors. Why would someone like you like an ugly penguin? What are you talking about now? Why is she doing that to someone who said they did not like it? Leah ran over. Hey, stop it. Why are you forcing yourself on someone who said they do not like it? I thought it was someone, but it turns out to be the orca being protected by the whale clan. It seems you attended the banquet, thanks to Miss Bella's help, even though you are not qualified. Don't interfere in other people's business. I can't help but interfere. He is my dance partner. Why are you forcing yourself on someone who said they do not like it? I thought it was someone, but it turns out to be the orca being protected by the whale clan. It seems you attended the banquet, thanks to Miss Bella's help, even though you are not qualified. Don't interfere in other people's business. How can I not interfere? He is my dance partner. Sir Adele whispered in Leah's ear. Dance partner. Leah looked at Sir Adele. Yes, dance partner. Leah held out her hand and said, let us go, Sue. Sir Adele gently took Leah's hand and embraced Leah. You asked me to escort you, not hug you. I thought you wanted to be hugged. You hugged me last night, did not you? Don't say it like I hug you every day. Just because I made a mistake once, I hugged you last night too. What are you doing? People will misunderstand. Don't worry, Leah. I will talk to that young lady tactfully, but more than that, did you hear it? About me saying I like penguins? Why are you smiling so cutely? Why did you suddenly bring that up? Cyrodiil said. I was just wondering if Leah heard it yet. Leah was embarrassed. I do not know. I did not hear it. A moment later, at the whale clan's estate, Leah stretched and took a deep breath. All right, time to rest. Thinking back, Cyrodiil, before coming to the whale clan's territory, do you remember what gifts you would receive? There are 2 gifts. One of them will include a room specifically for you. He said that Leah did not know what gifts Cyrodiil wanted to give her, so she opened the door while wondering, what could it be? She opened the door but had not stepped inside yet. Greetings, Miss Leah. I am Empress. From today onwards, I will be serving you. Oh my gosh, Russ. So you are the gift. Perfect timing. I was just about to look for you. Look for me, Russ asked Leah. Is something the matter, miss? Leah replied. It is nothing important. I just wanted to ask you how to transform into an animal. I have to go to the whale clan's territory for treatment, but what if I transform into a penguin in front of the whales? Russ laughed. So you want me to give you special training, right? Transforming into an animal or a human is not difficult, but when asked, I do not know how to explain it. What do you mean? Can you explain how you breathe? For beastmen, transforming into an animal or a human is as natural as breathing, so it is very difficult to explain. I see. I do not know if this will be helpful, but I have prepared something for you, miss. Leah was curious. What is it? Russ smiled and said, Wait a moment. Russ opened her bag. Leah's eyes widened in surprise. You brought these beautiful stones for me. You liked sitting on stones when you were a penguin, so I thought if you imagined that time, it would be easier to transform into an animal. That is so touching. I am happy if you are happy, miss. If I leave these here, someone will clean them up, so I will put them in a bag. I am so excited to be a penguin, again. Since Russ compared transforming to breathing, I will try transforming once at will. Maybe it will be easier later. Leah tried the method of holding her breath to transform. But the harder she tried, the more it did not work. This is so frustrating. I can easily transform when I am crying alone at night. Leah hugged the beautiful stones. Just wait a little longer, my dears. When I become a penguin again, I will sit on you all majestically. And Leah's wish came true. Leah had transformed into a penguin. All right. Oh my God, how is this possible? Leah heard a noise outside and thought it was Russ coming back. She will be so surprised to see me. You transformed by yourself, miss, as expected of our genius young lady. Then Cyrodiil walked in and asked, Leah, did you receive your gift? I know you have your own maid now, but I still want to continue taking care of your hair. Is that okay? Leah was startled, frozen for a few seconds. Why is he here? Cyrodiil stared at the penguin. Have fun. What do I do? Why did Cyrodiil come at this time? Does he know I am Leah in human form? He must know I am the penguin from the magic tower. Sorry to bother you. I left this behind. Leah's eyes widened as she looked at Cyrodiil. Huh? Now I am done. I will be going now, Leah. Leah exclaimed. Wait, did he just call me Leah? Leah ran to Cyrodiil. Hey. Did you just call me Leah? That calm demeanor is suspicious. And why did you take that photo orb? You want to ask why? I was not surprised to see you in penguin form, right? Cyrodiil picked up the penguin because, from the very beginning, I knew you were Adelia. Cyrodiil picked up the penguin because, from the very beginning, I knew you were Adelia. Leah's eyes sparkled. He knew I was a penguin, but he kept quiet. Why? Seeing the penguin's adorable expression, Cyrodiil chuckled. You seem curious. Of course it is, because it is interesting. So all this time, while I was trying so hard not to be discovered, he was secretly laughing. Was not he? Oh my, you kissed me after such a long time without seeing each other. Leah frowned angrily, again pretending not to know. At that moment, Cyr entered the room. She was shocked and dropped her basket when she saw Cyrodiil with Leah. Master Cyrodiil, just when I leave for a bit, I want to see this interesting scene too. Cyrodiil joked, don't worry, I took a picture. Russ cheered. Really? That is so lucky. Leah was exasperated that even Russ was like this. Cyrodiil asked seriously, but Leah, did you transform into an animal on your own will? If so, you should be able to turn back into a human on your own, right? Leah started to feel anxious. What if time passes, and I can't turn back into a human? Tomorrow is the day I am going to the whale clan's territory. If Miss Bella finds out the truth, How betrayed will she feel? She was so happy to meet a killer whale beastman. If she finds out it was all a lie? What if she hates me? No. Leah was lost in thought, worried and scared, because she had not found a way yet. Suradel saw that Leah was not okay, so he asked her, "What is wrong? Is it because of my mother? Do you think she is taking care of you because you are a killer whale beast man?" Leah sat down dejectedly. "If that is not the reason, then why?" Suradel continued, "If she finds out later that you are not a killer whale beastman child, do you think my mother will see you as useless?" Leah shook her head. "No, the Miss Bella I know is not like that." Suradel placed his hand on the penguin and think carefully. "The problem of the race's existence can be solved by another killer whale like me." Suradel's words made Leah feel less worried. That is right, Suradel is also a killer whale. Why did Miss Bella treat me as if I were the last hope of the race? Suradel stood up and concluded, "Of course, if it were not for you, all of that would be meaningless." Leah's expression immediately changed. "I am a penguin. What is he talking about?" Russ rushed over to comfort Leah. "Don't be like that, miss. First, try to transform back into a human. If you think carefully about how you felt when you transformed into an animal just now, it won't be difficult." Leah said dejectedly, "I know. That is right. If I want to save my father, I have to meet that weird guy who's at the whale clan. Let us try." After a few dozen minutes, Leah had tried everything but failed. Exhausted, she lay down on the floor. "I can't do it." "Miss, there is actually a way to force a transformation back into a human." Leah sat up abruptly. "If there is a way like that, you should have said so earlier. What is it?" Leah grimaced, looking displeased when Russ said, "If you kiss Master Suradel." Russ quickly explained, "It sounds like a lie, but it is true. You see, miss, beastmen can't reproduce in animal form, right? So when there is deep emotional contact in animal form, they are forced to transform into humans. So there is such a setting." Leah wondered, "But what if kissing does not work?" Then Leah remembered when she was little, her father kissed her forehead every night before she slept, but it never had any effect. Russ continued, "Of course, not every kiss works. As far as I can see, kissing Master Suradel seems quite feasible, because the standard for this kind of kiss is one that contains love." Suradel spoke up, "Leah, I am ready." Leah snapped, "Ready for what?" Leah thought that since Suradel only saw her as a pet anyway, it would not work. "I am just kidding. I always welcome a kiss from Leah, but I do not think kissing you will turn you back into a human." Russ was puzzled by Suradel's words. "Huh, why is that?" Suradel patted the penguin's head. "I really like Leah, but I am not someone who likes penguins that much." Russ hesitated. "Oh, I see." Seeing that Russ did not seem to believe him, Suradel said, "If you do not believe me, I will try it right now." Russ replied, "It is fine if it is not right now. But when you do, remember to call me." Suradel responded, "I am sorry, but I do not have the hobby of public displays of affection." Russ persisted, "But I like watching." Seeing the two of them going back and forth, Leah exclaimed, "Why are you two deciding on my kiss? What about my consent? It is getting late." Anyway, for now, it is already late. If she still has not turned back into a human by tomorrow morning, we will think of another way. The next day, at the mansion, Leah was still rolling around in her room, frustrated. A day had passed, but she was still the same. Suradel said to Leah, "Then tell my mother about your true form and see what happens." But Leah did not want to yet. At the very least, she wanted to apologize properly, in her human form. Russ's eyes teared up because she felt sorry for Leah. "Then what about going to the whale clan's territory? Should we say that you are sick and have to postpone the visit? Then Madam might come to visit you." Suradel looked into Leah's eyes. He did not know why, but it seemed like Leah really wanted to go to the whale clan. Suradel comforted her. "The way to the whale clan's territory is quite close, so I will buy you some time. Once we get there, I will find another way." Leah was feeling touched when Suradel said, "In the meantime, think more about kissing me." Leah got mad and scolded Suradel, "Don't sneak that in." At the whale family banquet, Bella saw her son had arrived and ran out to call him, Suradel. Bella looked behind Suradel. Could the person being carried on his back be Leah? Suradel smiled. "It seems like she is quite tired from yesterday's party. Should I wake her up?" Leah, lying on Suradel's back, was sweating with fear. "Could it be that I have been discovered?" Bella gently touched the blanket and said, "Can you remove the blanket? I think she must be finding it hard to breathe." Suradel quickly said, "The sunlight was making her squint and complain, so I did that." Bella felt that Suradel was acting very strangely today. "I understand your feelings for Leah, but Suradel, you need to be more careful with your actions towards her." "Careful? How?" Bella replied. "Yes, if you are only doing it out of simple emotions, you should stop." "Do you think I am playing around, Mother?" "From the first day Leah came to the whale family, it has been like this, so I can't help but doubt your intentions." "I do not know what you are thinking, but if Leah gets hurt, you do not need to worry about that, Mother." Suradel's words made Leah think, "What does he mean?" Cyrodiil seriously told his mother, because I am always sincere with Leah. Bella thought her son probably did not understand her, the feelings I am talking about. At this point, Bella paused and then said, no, you will know how to handle it well. Let us go. Bella worried because Cyrodiil was a clumsy child when it came to expressing his feelings. At the whale family's training ground, Cyrodiil spoke up. Is everyone ready? Then we will depart for Whale Island. Cyrodiil began the countdown. In an instant, everyone along with Cyrodiil disappeared from the whale family's training ground. The high-speed teleportation frightened Leah, causing her to close her eyes tightly and hug Cyrodiil's back. Suddenly, Leah heard Cyrodiil say, we are here. Leah's eyes widened. My goodness, we are here already. Teleportation is not a simple matter. Even with the help of a portal, just preparing the formation takes several hours. Yet, he can perform large-scale long-distance teleportation so quickly and easily. Like this. Cyrodiil, who are you really? Are you surprised by the teleportation, Leah? How about this? If you marry me, I will ensure you never have to walk more than 100 steps from your bed for the rest of your life. At this moment, Leah could only remain silent. Don't like that? Then I will let you be submerged in water for the rest of your life. I can also create a soft rock mountain just for you. Leah thought, materialistic marriage might not be so bad. Arriving at the destination, Cyrodiil put the penguin down and said, this is Leah's room on Whale Island. Mother said she would take you on a tour of the castle. Did I have to resort to the last resort? Russ was surprised to hear the young lady say, did I have to resort to the last resort? So Russ immediately said to Cyrodiil, Master Cyrodiil, the young lady just said she wanted to kiss. Leah looked at Russ. Why is it like this? Russ honestly replied. You said that was the last resort. Cyrodiil hurriedly stopped Ypres. Stop, are you going to force her to kiss me? I apologize. I was so looking forward to the young lady's first kiss that I could not control myself. Cyrodiil sat down next to Leah. I do not want to take advantage of this situation to satisfy my personal desires. It is just that if you need me, tell me anytime. Did I overreact, and now he thinks of me like that? Closing my eyes and kissing would not be bad either. Actually, if a beak touches lips, the lips will suffer more. So this is my first kiss, in both my past and present lives. Cyrodiil saw that Leah seemed to be hesitating, so he suggested playing rock, paper, scissors to decide. Before Leah could say anything, Cyrodiil already started. Leah showed paper, while Cyrodiil showed scissors. Cyrodiil raised his hand. Since you lost, you have to accept the result, Leah. Leah was helpless because her hand could only show paper. Leah cried out, didn't you just say something about personal desires? Leah asked someone to take Russ outside, but Russ was unwilling because she wanted to see the young lady's first kiss. After taking Russ outside and closing the door tightly, Cyrodiil asked, Leah, are you angry? I was just kidding, Leah. Leah glared at Cyrodiil. Although I am a little annoyed, I still can't transform at will, and if I want to find a wolf beast man, I still have to stay in human form. Close my eyes and do it just once. Cyrodiil said to Leah, anyway, the chances of you becoming human because of a kiss are low. Leah looked at Cyrodiil hesitantly. When would be a good time, if I am going to do it? I want to kiss him hard. Right now. Then she quickly kissed Cyrodiil's cheek. I should have kissed him harder, but... Success? Leah has returned to her human form. Leah looked at Cyrodiil and smiled. Do you really like me? Cyrodiil blushed. I did not expect this. I thought because you were the first person not to be afraid of me, I felt you were special. Suddenly, Leah asked, but Cyrodiil, what is in your pocket? Cyrodiil startled and replied, nothing, nothing. Leah brought her face closer to Cyrodiil's. Why are you avoiding me? At that moment, Bella suddenly walked into the room. Leah, if you do not mind, I was planning to give you a direct introduction to the whale family's castle and territory. Bella was shocked to see Leah hugging Cyrodiil and not wearing anything. Moreover, you are on the bed. Leah hurriedly explained. No, Bella, the thing is... Cyrodiil interrupted. It would be awkward if you interrupted our private time, Mother. Bella said as she went out. Private time, Leah. I forgot to knock. I am sorry. Cyrodiil, meet me privately later. After Bella left, Leah scolded Cyrodiil profusely. Idiot, how are you going to handle this? Because of you, there is a misunderstanding now. You have to quickly explain to Bella to clear up the misunderstanding. Cyrodiil held Leah back. Wait a minute. Leah saw that he kept hugging her and would not let go, so she said, aren't you going to let go? What are you doing? Cyrodiil whispered, Leah. Just wait a moment. Then Cyrodiil hugged Leah tightly. Just wait a moment. Then Cyrodiil hugged Leah tightly. Leah tried to push Cyrodiil away. Are you crazy? Let me go. Cyrodiil whispered in Leah's ear, that. I will close my eyes, so just leave the cloak and go. Leah did not understand what Cyrodiil was talking about. Cyrodiil continued, then can we just stay like this for 10 minutes? At this moment, Leah used all her strength to push Cyrodiil away. What, really? I have to get dressed and then quickly go see Bella. You should teleport back to your room or somewhere else. Cyrodiil pretended not to know, right, teleportation. There is that method. You are a genius, Leah. Thank you. After getting dressed, Leah arrived at Cyrodiil's door. I went to Bella's room and saw her talking with Cyrodiil. I wonder if he has resolved the misunderstanding yet. Can I go in now? Or should I wait and ask Cyrodiil later? Suddenly, Leah heard a noise from Cyrodiil's room. Leah worried. What is happening in Cyrodiil's room? Unexpectedly, Leah ran into Bella. Leah was flustered. What do I do? It seems the misunderstanding has not been resolved yet. Leah stammered. I have something to tell Sue. Leah thought since she had already met Bella here, she should quickly clear up the misunderstanding. Leah ran over and took Bella's hand to explain what you saw earlier. Bella immediately said, Leah, I apologize for not realizing it sooner. Leah found it strange that she was not angry at all. You are both of age now. I know I should not interfere in your relationship, but you have only known each other for less than a month. How could you, having only recently transformed into a human? Of course, it is not your fault. I am only angry at Cyrodiil's actions. Bella, Cyrodiil, and I did not. Leah paused, thinking, if I say there is nothing between us after she saw that scene, would not she be even angrier? So Leah decided not to say anything more. Nothing happened. Bella said to Leah, if that is the case, then that is a relief. Cyrodiil, having just finished showering, opened the door to go out, and saw Leah and his mother standing right in front of the door. What brings you both to my room? Leah's eyes widened. Why did you suddenly go take a shower? Cyrodiil said casually, just because it was hot. Leah has something to discuss with you. I will be going. When you are done talking, come to my office. After saying that, Bella quickly left. Leah immediately said to Cyrodiil, for now, I have resolved a major misunderstanding, but please explain it clearly to Bella later. Perhaps Leah told Mother that we were not dating. Somehow I feel a little disappointed. Cyrodiil asked Leah, by the way, what did you want to talk to me about? Leah replied. Oh, right. Could you send a letter for me? Cyrodiil was not very happy. A letter for whom a man... I want to inform my father about my situation. Cyrodiil suddenly cheered up. Is it Reynos? Leah noticed. Cyrodiil seems a bit strange today. Is it because of the hot weather? Leah gave the letter to Cyrodiil and said, I wrote a letter with Russ's help. When Cyrodiil said he wanted to read the letter, Leah happily agreed. Cyrodiil took the letter. I can send it for you. But are you comfortable with this? Leah continued. It is better than my father not knowing whether I am alive or dead and continuing to search for me forever. What if Reynos traces the letter? That is why I need you. Please, genius mage Cyrodiil. Recently, Cyrodiil performed a large-scale teleportation, so Leah asked for Cyrodiil's help. With Cyrodiil's magic, Leah could avoid her father's pursuit. Cyrodiil spoke up, I understand. Don't worry, Leah. I will secretly deliver the letter to Reynos when he is away. Right? Now I can give you the second gift. Leah was curious. A gift. Cyrodiil took out a magic wand he made himself and gave it to Leah. You said you wanted to use a magic wand before. Leah accepted the gift in surprise. Did you make this yourself? Cyrodiil asked. Leah, do you like it? At that time, I was afraid of being discovered as a penguin, so I just said that to change the subject. But you actually made it for me. Leah looked at the wand. Why would you go this far? Leah immediately thanked Cyrodiil. Thank you, but I am a penguin. Even if I have a magic wand, if I can't use magic, what is the point? I am sorry for causing you trouble. You asked me before if you could use magic, and I answered that you could. Leah rejoiced. Really? I did not say that because I thought you were a killer whale. I said that because you can actually use magic. You said, I can use magic. Sometime later, at the magic tower, Reynos received a letter from his daughter. The contents inside were, I am eating well, sleeping well, and living very well. After reading it, Reynos angrily crumpled the letter. How dare they take my daughter? And he said to his disciple, send an order throughout the entire magic tower. Stop searching for Adelia completely. If someone is capable of hiding Adelia and can still contact me without leaving any trace, they definitely can't be found through simple methods. Although I do not know why they took my daughter, if I find them, I absolutely will not forgive them. Leah asked Cyrodiil, you said I can use magic. Actually, I am also very curious. Primo told me I definitely had to ask you. Cyrodiil replied, I knew father had discovered it, but it turns out it was because of mana. Specifically, it is also because of Primo's intense love for Bella. Leah wondered, but why mana? Even though your mana level is high, the way mana forms is a bit unexpected. Why? Where? You probably know that whale-like creatures have a high mana absorption capacity and can use mana in the air, right? Of course, this special ability has only been known for about 20 years, so there might be other ways. If so, then the original story changed 20 years ago. Cyrodiil looked at Leah. Pure-blooded humans naturally generate mana within their bodies. But Leah, you are neither. You do not have the ability to absorb mana, nor do you have mana within your body. Instead, it seems your special ability is being able to store mana within your body? Store, so that means I can't generate it. Where did the mana in my body come from? I am not sure either. Perhaps it is from seeing people with a lot of mana every day. Leah thought it was true, because she grew up in the magic tower. But even if I have mana, if I want to use magic, I still have to memorize formulas and incantations, right? Usually that is the case. But did not you just use one finger? Cyrodiil explained, because I am a genius. At this moment, Leah could only stare at Cyrodiil silently. Then, Leah handed the wand back to Cyrodiil. I give up on magic. I am not good at calculations, and my special ability is only storing mana. So how would I know when I will run out of mana to use magic? You do not need to worry about that. Your mana capacity is larger than anyone else's. If you feel your mana depleting, I will always help you refill it. So your mana will be inside my body, I do not want that. But do not you feel it is a waste, if you just learn a little? Leah interrupted Cyrodiil, but Sue, the life motto of the most respected penguin is this. Having fun is the best, Cyrodiil wondered. Who is this person? The one who lived with dinosaurs. Basically a dragon. Actually, I predicted Leah's reaction, so I made a magic wand. The original purpose of the magic wand is to help use magic more stably. I have engraved several spells on this wand. You just need to channel mana into it to use them immediately. After hearing this, Leah immediately said, Really, Cyrodiil continued, controlling mana is not difficult, so you will be able to do it soon. Let us start practicing tomorrow. Cyrodiil saw Leah's long hair loose. Your hair is coming undone. Can I tie it for you, Leah, while admiring the wand? Said, As you wish. Leah could not believe she could use magic. Leah felt that she was too excited just now. Leah also could not ask anything, because too many things happened after being discovered as a penguin, and Sue did not seem to feel anything about Leah deceiving him. She pressed Cyrodiil. Don't you find it hateful that I pretended to be a killer whale? Why did not you say anything even though you knew? I liked you when you were a penguin, but now that you have transformed into a human, I am even happier. I also understand that you did not intentionally pretend to be a killer whale. The reason I did not reveal it was, as I said back then, it was because it was interesting. Feeling a bit incredulous, Leah asked again, Are you being honest? I really wanted to see your reaction. When you were discovered to be a penguin, that image yesterday was amazing. But I was also confused at the time, because I did not expect to face you as a penguin so suddenly. That is why I closed the door and left. I think I should pretend I did not see your secret, Leah replied, closing the door. How can you pretend you did not see it? Anyway, Leah won't do anything to harm me. I trust you. Leah looked into Cyrodiil's eyes. He said such embarrassing words so naturally. Your hair is done. Leah's hair is so soft, I really like it. Is not Sue's hair even softer than mine? Leah told Cyrodiil to lower his head. Cyrodiil was surprised, huh? Leah's hand gently touched his hair. I also want to touch your hair. Your hair is a little curly, but why is it so smooth? And it smells good, too. A pleasant scent reminiscent of the cool and fresh sea. Cyrodiil felt something was wrong. He quickly stood up straight. Leah's affectionate gaze looked at Cyrodiil. I really like it. Cyrodiil still did not understand what Leah meant, so he just stood there blankly, looking at Leah. After a while, Cyrodiil said, I am sorry, but I have to go. I think I have kept my mother waiting too long. Making Leah wake up right then, huh? Yes. Leah watched Cyrodiil. It is a pity, I wanted to caress it a little more. Cyrodiil hurried back to his room and slammed the door shut. He sat down and pondered. When Leah turned into a human because of the kiss with me, at first, I was confused, but I denied this because there is no way I could like someone. I tried to find other reasons and acted naturally with Leah. But I had that feeling just now. My heart really wanted to explode. Cyrodiil suddenly realized, oh my god. I seem to like Leah as a person of the opposite sex. After calming down, Cyrodiil met his mother. As soon as he entered, Bella had a few words to remind her son. I repeat, if you are not sincere, then stop immediately. If you continue to approach Leah superficially, even a little bit, not allowed. Why do you think I am not serious? Is it because of me that you think so? I know you are not that kind of person. What if Leah gets hurt just because of your temporary childishness? If so, then you do not need to worry. I really like Leah. Bella was startled. What? You really? Yes, it is not a temporary interest. Leah can refuse me, but I will never hurt Leah. Thinking back, it is only natural that I like Leah. Because Leah is the Adelie penguin who lived with Mr. Reynos, the owner of the tower. Bella was so shocked to know that she asked Cyrodiil again. Leah is a penguin. I know what the tower's penguin means to Cyrodiil. All the beastmen, even the purebred humans, are afraid of Cyrodiil. Only that penguin looked at Cyrodiil without any fear. For someone who has lived a lonely life like Cyrodiil, Adelia's presence is like a salvation. Bella seriously asked. I just want to ask one thing. Has Leah become your reason for living? Cyrodiil did not hesitate, yes. Bella covered her face and said, Luckily, I was afraid that if both you and Primo left, I would once again live in loneliness for the rest of my life. Cyrodiil immediately ran and gently placed his hand on his mother's shoulder. Does it matter to you that Leah is not a killer whale? If something happier happens, what does that little thing matter? Bella held Cyrodiil's hand. You are my son besides your father, who is also family. There is nothing more important than you. Besides, you said you like Leah, so if you two truly love each other, maybe I will have a killer whale grandchild. Anyway, since it is like that, you should pursue her enthusiastically. Of course I will try my best, but before that, I have to finish all those papers. It seems that my father misses you very much, so he only deals with urgent matters. Bella laughed. It is hard for you, Cyrodiil. I will leave now. Cyrodiil turned and asked, Where are you going? Bella cheerfully replied, I am going to see our beautiful Leah. Cyrodiil quickly held his mother back. It is unfair if only I can't go. Moreover, this is what my father left behind, so you are also responsible. It was not until Cyrodiil called his mother that Bella stopped. Leah wants to reveal her identity to you herself, so please pretend you do not know. You knew that and told me that Leah is a penguin, Cyrodiil continued, even if you and Leah have no relationship at all. But you will be disappointed to know that Leah is not a whale. Killer, right? I can't say no, but my attitude towards Leah will not change. I know, but Leah is very worried. I hope you do not show disappointment in front of Leah, because I do not want Leah to be hurt even a little bit. Bella diligently finished the pile of books piled up on the table. Cyrodiil hugged a smaller stack, smiling. You have worked hard, Bella also sighed. So have you. Suddenly, she pulled out a small piece of paper. I forgot, take this. Primo told me to give it to you. Father, Cyrodiil took the paper and smiled unconsciously. Mom, maybe you can't go see Leah today. He shook his head. Bella was startled, huh? Because my father told me about an interesting dating spot, I will take Leah with me today. The door to the room creaked open. A noise. Leah. Adelia turned around and saw him standing, smiling behind her. Cyrodiil, why are you here at this hour? He frankly replied. Leah, I like you. Leah, do you like me? She was stunned. What? Cyrodiil still smiled, his face slightly red. Leah was still dazed. He seemed to be in a good mood. Maybe the conversation with Ms. Bella went well. She shook her head. I do not hate you. Just waiting for that, he took her hand and whispered, So do you want to go on a date with me? Why suddenly, Adelia was surprised. He pulled out the small piece of paper and told her, My father told me that the night market is very big. It will be very interesting. Do you want to go together? Night market? Leah looked up at him in surprise. According to Article 3, Clause 2 of the Law on Storylines, incidents are sure to happen in such places. And I heard that weasel beastmen also live on this island, so maybe they will appear at the night market. Leah was excited. Maybe this would be a chance for me to meet the weasel beast man. She raised her hand, her eyes sparkling. Let us go. The night fair is taking place very bustlingly. The stalls are displaying enough items. People flocked to the festival. It is so magnificent. Leah's face lit up like that. Behind her were Cyrodiil, Hanu, and Roos. By the way, you brought your staff, right? Cyrodiil laughed. It seems you like it very much. Luckily, Leah nodded repeatedly. I like it very much. I want to use magic with this staff quickly. I plan to go to the sea tomorrow to practice drawing animals, he announced. At that time, I will teach you how to control mana. Leah's face was excited, but she also shyly asked him, I heard that you are busy. Do you have time? It is okay, he smiled. It is good to be able to rest legally during that time. Good. Suddenly, she realized there were two more people behind her, she thought to herself. Would Hanu and Roos feel uncomfortable when Sue is their superior? And, splitting up to find the weasel beastman, maybe it would be better, Adelia thought and turned to them and said, I will go sightseeing with Sue. Do you both want to go separately? Hanu honestly replied, I have been tasked with escorting the young lady. I can't do my own thing. During that time, he was immediately hit by Russ. Then Russ dragged him away in amazement, wishing you both a happy date. Leah muttered, What a date. There is some idiot who thinks we are a couple. Adelia turned to tell Cyrodiil, but he just smiled without answering. Anyone looking at it would see it as a couple. That being the case, Cyrodiil took her hand and brought it up to a kiss. Can I pretend to be your lover for a day? Today is a really happy day for me. At the same time, Cyrodiil also looked up at her expression. Leah's face flushed red. Let us go. She pushed him away to hide her blush. Well, he gave me the staff and forwarded the letter to my father, just for today. The two of them went sightseeing. Actually, Leah was surprised to observe that only Cyrodiil silently looked at her. The two also bought a penguin doll identical to her. Cyrodiil also wore a pig mask to tease Adelia to tears. She took a bite of the sin meat and thought, It is fun. But can't you find the weasel beastman this way? Something must happen as usual. Suddenly, she noticed something strange in the distance. Wait, what is that guy doing? His hand is in a man's pocket? It looks suspicious. Could it be? Indeed, a thief. Leah rushed to grab his wrist. He panicked, his face dizzy. You just stole that person's belongings, right? Cyrodiil stood in the distance, looking blankly. I do not know what you stole, but give it back immediately, Leah sternly reprimanded. The crowd gathered around, and many discussions broke out. Oh my God, the pickpocket, the thief. Sorry, he panicked. I have a habit of stealing and running away. He is a seagull beastman thief. Let him escape, Leah sighed. But luckily he did not take anything. She picked up the notebook on the ground. But that person has disappeared. The owner of this notebook, disappeared. Cyrodiil immediately replied, just now that person ran away. Because of shock. I will have to look at the contents of the notebook a bit. Leah opened the notebook. Her eyes became bewildered. The world operates according to a predetermined rule, but what happens if a person without a predetermined destiny appears? This is Korean? Her hands trembled as she held the notebook. Why is there Korean here? And what does it mean to be a person whose fate is not yet determined? I have to find the owner of this notebook. She turned to Cyrodiil for help. Sue, can you help me a little? Inside the prison is a girl. Cyrodiil introduced Leah. I asked the knights to inquire about the owner of the notebook, and they said that this person looked exactly like the one who had been suspiciously wandering around the castle for several weeks now. Before, what a coincidence. Today I happened to discover that person tried to enter the castle, so I arrested him. She thought to herself, why was she wandering around the whale family? Could it be related to the content of the book? Leah turned to Sue and pleaded, could I talk to this person privately for a moment? Cyrodiil immediately agreed. All right, I will be outside. If anything happens, call me right away. The prison door slammed shut. Adelia stepped closer. This notebook is yours, is not it? Leah asked. Did you write these lines? The girl looked up indifferently and replied, why are you curious about that? I know those writings, so I just want to meet the person who wrote the contents of this notebook. The girl inside immediately became excited. You know those words. Leah nodded. That is right. So if I tell you who it is, can you tell me about the contents of that notebook? She bit her lip and was silent for a moment. Then she told everything. Among my distant ancestors, there was a person called the Saint. I discovered an amazing fact. When deciphering her diary, it is almost an ancient text, she knows the future, like a prophet. Those lines are copies of what was written at the beginning and end of the diary. I can't understand what it means. Adelia was stunned. How do you know it is a prophecy? Because everything that has happened from past to present has been recorded. Even the fact that I will recover and reread the diary has been predicted. So is your presence on Whale Island also because of that prophecy? She nodded. Everything is exactly as it was written in the diary, but only one thing, about the disappearance of magic, is different. According to prophecy, only purebred humans can use magic. It is written that writing will disappear, along with the extinction of purebred humans. But the whale family can still use magic. Magic? The girl was excited. The prophecy was never wrong. I tried my best to change the prophecy, but it remained the same. I think this is a change of fate. Adelia froze. Why does it sound like the original has been distorted? Inside, the girl was enthusiastic, so I went to the whale family to find out why fate changed. Adelia was also frightened. Why are you so enthusiastic? But why are you so obsessed with prophecies? Discovering the mystery, she smiled. How interesting it is. It is as fascinating as alchemy. She just said alchemy. Could it be that in that mad scientist-like appearance, she is an alchemist? Adelia was stunned. Are you a weasel beastman? She froze. How did you know? Leah was also surprised. Unexpectedly found the weasel beastman this way. I was worried about how to convince the weasel beastman if I met that person. But now I can offer to help decipher this prophecy, and Nikita tried to change fate, but he said no. However, I once changed fate. So am I the one whose fate has not been determined yet. Because I have transmigrated. Wait a minute. So can I change the extinction of purebred humans? Can I save my father? She smiled and made the offer. I will help you decipher the prophecy in the book. She was immediately excited. Really. Instead, Leah made a condition. Promise me that you will help me later. I do not know how to change the future, and I am not sure about anything yet. But I also have to make sure that there will be a cure. She immediately replied. If the prophecy can be clarified, of course it is. All right, Adelia happily said. I will find out about the whale family while you gather more information about the prophecy in the capital. There is still some time left until when purebred humans will become extinct on Whale Island. Focus on learning about the whale family and researching the process of beastization. When returning to the capital, she determined we will Kong Nikita prevents the extinction of purebred humans. The next day, Cyrodiil asked her, Leah, are you ready to go practice transforming into an animal? She nodded. Yes. Then we will move. He took her hand and led her away. The two then teleported to the middle of the beach. Adelia screamed, panicking and clutching Cyrodiil. Why did you suddenly teleport to the sea like that? She screamed. You could not move quickly to where you could set foot, he soothed. It is okay. Cyrodiil teleported one more time. The two finally settled down on the iceberg. Just now it was terrifying. Leah, he kept soothing her. I am sorry. This size of ice is enough, right? So let us start practicing. Leah worriedly turned and asked Cyrodiil, before that, Sue, if I succeed in becoming an animal and become a penguin, I will have to turn back into a human, right? If I can't do exactly what I did before, what should I do? If not, he smiled, then I will have to help. Leah panicked. I will definitely succeed in turning back into a human. He pulled her up. Leah, actually, I can explain how to beastify and humanize. Leah was startled. Really? But why did not you tell me? Cyrodiil smiled. I never thought to explain it to someone. So maybe I need time to rearrange. Hearing that, Leah immediately urged him to speak quickly. Okay. Sue nodded and began to explain. Actually, you should think about your shape as a penguin. Imagine the elements that make up your body being separated and then reassembled. Combined, you are reshaping each part of your body. Leah heard her head spinning. What? By the way, can you explain how this feels? Because like Leah, I also learned how to beastify and humanize after I was born. Leah immediately wondered, why would a beastman like you? He smiled. I am a little different from normal beastmen. After all, what is your true form? Cyrodiil smiled. What do you want me to be, Leah? She hesitated, clutching both hands. Me. Actually, what I really want to know is about your life.